the place to find a broad palette of menu items that you won't find anywhere else at Caramont Health Park. Burgers? Got it. Pulled pork nachos? Check. How about jerk chicken sandwiches? We got that too. Oh, and fried plantains? Of course we do. The Gas House Bar and Grill is a world tour for the taste buds, nightly at Caramont Health Park. We'll see you at the Gas House Bar and Grill.
WGNC, AM 1450 and 101.1 FM proudly presents Gastonia Honey Hunters Baseball. Gastonia Honey Hunters Baseball is brought to you by GSM Premium Services and Caramont Health. See how we care. Let's take you to the ballpark. It's time for Atlantic League baseball action on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Top of the day to you. Wednesday morning going into afternoon. Brian Rushing here with you. So glad that you could join us on the Honey Hunters Radio Network this afternoon. That'll be the Gastonia Honey Hunters engaged in Game 2 of the 3-game set against the Wild Health Genomes. Last night, John Anderson and the relief corps, Caleb Bowman, Sam Bordner, and Jesus Balaguer closed down the Wild Health Genomes by a 5-2 score on Tuesday night. Gastonia got a couple runs in the early going, a couple runs in the middle portion of the ball game, and then a tail-end run at the end of the game to come away with the 5-2 win as Alex Holderbach and Reese Hampton each had 3 hits in last night's contest. Holderbach had a couple RBIs in the contest as Holderbach has really started to find his swing in the time that he's been on the field as of late for the Honey Hunters. Gastonia got win number 80 on the season. They grew their game's lead to 7.5 over Wild Health. The magic number sits at 5 as it stands here on this Wednesday afternoon. And today they take Alex Zanabia, and they'll throw him against the Wild Health Genomes, Alexis Candelario. When we come back on the other side of the timeout, we'll take a deeper look into what happened last night. We'll get the starting lineups to you, and then we'll talk about a full day of action in the Atlantic League as we carry on with the pregame show on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Since 1927, GSM Services has been the experts for providing services and finding solutions for issues such as heating and cooling, hot, cold, or drafty rooms, high utility bills, nasty crawl spaces, attic insulation, duct and dryer vent cleanings, indoor air quality, and much more. GSM Services, your one-stop shop for all comfort issues in your home. GSM offers 100% satisfaction guaranteed, and right now they're offering a free home energy audit. So if you're having any issues in your home or office, know that you can always trust leaving your comfort to GSM. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSMsince1927.com to talk to someone about any comfort issues you're having in your home. GSM is a proud sponsor of your Gastonia Honey Hunters.
Being first, the beginning of the line. So many people work so hard to be number one. But at Caramont Health, you don't have to struggle to be first. We prioritize you. Our award-winning teams use advanced treatments to serve you. We deliver the compassion and quality you deserve, always growing, building, and innovating for your care, your health, your life. Caramont Health. Care first.
What could be better this summer than a Honey Hunters baseball season? The crack of the bat, the pop of the mitt, the smell of fresh cut. Hey guys, stop. We have turf here at the ballpark. Let's try this again. The smell of fresh cut. Domino's Pizza. Sold nightly here at Caramont Health Park. The Gastonia Honey Hunters and Domino's Pizza. A winning combination.
Back here at Wild Health Field, moments before we get started on this Wednesday afternoon on what is an absolutely glorious day here in Lexington. I hope the Chamber of Commerce for Fayette County is here this afternoon, as I don't know that you can get better weather than what we're going to experience this afternoon, as it looks like somebody shipped in the San Diego weather to Lexington, Kentucky for this afternoon's contest. Last night, Gastonia, on another good weather day, put together a good offensive day. This was a club that got 10 hits, scored 5 runs in the contest. They got going early as Reese Hampton and Jack Reinheimer hit doubles, a pair of doubles to get the game started. Zach Jarrett would ultimately score Jack Reinheimer, and Gastonia would have a 2-0 lead very early on. Then they handed the ball to John Anderson. John Anderson looking for his 13th win of the season. Last evening, John Anderson was named the co-pitcher of the month in the Atlantic League, and John Anderson was as good as advertised. He went 5-2 at thirds innings pitched, gave up 1 run on 4 hits. He had a no-hitter going through 4 2/3 innings before he would actually come out of the game, and he was replaced by Caleb Bowman. And folks, Caleb Bowman is the real deal for this Gastonia Honey Hunters club. This guy is a nice addition to the bullpen. As he came in, 1 inning and a third, got a strikeout, was very, very effective, gave up his first hit, not his first run, but his first hit of the season in his 3rd appearance, as he still has a sterling 0.00 ERA. Sam Bordner came in the 8th inning. He was solid, as he usually is. Jesus Balaguer started getting ready in the 9th inning, but Gastonia put up another run as Alex Holderbach got his 3rd hit of the ball game, got his 2nd RBI of the game, and that made it a 5-1 ball game. It's no longer a save situation in that moment. So Balaguer came in. He would ultimately give up a pair of hits and a run, making it a 5-2 ball game. But Gastonia got win number 80 on the season. They have the league's best record. They have a 7.5 game lead over the Genomes, and they are 5 games away from clinching. Let me say this. The magic number is 5 between themselves and the Wild Health Genomes. Now, they technically have a tiebreaker, but for all intents and purposes, we'll hold it here at 5. If they get to that threshold, they are without question the second half champion in the South Division, and that would go with their first half champion, which means that we will have at least 1 wild card spot in the Atlantic League. We can talk more about that later on. Let's get into the lineups this afternoon. As for Gastonia, this is who Mauro Guscazzo will roll out for the Honey Hunters. Reese Hampton, who led off last night, he'll lead off again today. He'll be in left field. Jack Reinheimer will bat second. He'll be at shortstop. Joseph Rosa will bat third at second base. Emmanuel Tapia will get the start at first base this afternoon. He's batting cleanup. Batting fifth will be Luis Castro, the designated hitter. He'll be followed by Luis Roman in the 6th spot. He'll be over at the hot corner. Jake Skull will bat 7th in right field. Batting 8th will be Stuart Levy in the catcher's position. And Hurley Rodriguez will get the start today in center field. He'll bat 9th. So Rodriguez had spent some time in the leadoff spot. Now all this does is give Gastonia an opportunity, once they get through the order one time, to have effectively 2 leadoff hitters, and Rodriguez and Hampton working through the order. So a lot of speed will cycle through as we go from bottom to top of the order for the Gastonia Honey Hunters lineup. Alex Sanabia gets the ball today, 6-5 on the season, a 4.11 ERA for the right-hander, formerly of the York Revolution. This will be Mark Minikazi's lineup that he rolls out with this afternoon. Luke Becker will lead off. He'll be the third baseman, comes in with a .293 average. Olmo Rosario got his debut out of the way last night, was 0-2 with a run driven in. He'll get the start at second base again today. Jimmy Paredes will bat third in right field. Chris Davis will be the designated hitter, batting fourth. Batting fifth will be Chris Shaw in left field. Batting sixth, Moises Sierra over at first base. Batting seventh will be Felix P.A. in center field. Austin Rye gets the start behind the plate, batting eighth this afternoon. And Gavin Johns, who had a pair of hits in last night's loss, will bat ninth. He'll be the shortstop for the Wild Health Genomes. So it'll be Becker, Rosario, Paredes, Davis, Shaw, Sierra, P.A., Rye, and Johns for the Wild Health Genomes. As Alexis Candelario will get the ball this afternoon for Mark Minikazi's Genomes, comes in with a 2-2 record, an 8.16 ERA. We come back on the other side of this timeout. We'll take a look at a full schedule of action in the Atlantic League. Before we get started, this afternoon on the Honey Hunters Radio Network. We'll be right back.
GSM Services helps people live better through improved comfort, health, and energy efficiency. GSM Services provides high-quality home and commercial improvement services. They offer services for heating and cooling, energy audits, duct and dryer vent cleaning, attic insulation, crawl space solutions, generators, commercial roofing, and HVAC, indoor air cleaning products, and much, much more. GSM has been taking care of their customers' comfort since 1927. This unmatched experience has led them to build reliable processes to serve you and offer guidance to help you choose the right options for your home business comfort needs. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSMsince1927.com to talk to someone about the comfort issues you have in your home. GSM is a proud sponsor of your Gastonia Honey Hunters. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSMsince1927.com. Go Honey Hunters! Your home for Gastonia Honey Hunters baseball. AM 1450, 101.1 FM, and streaming on the TuneIn app. WGNC. Whether you're stuck in traffic after a long day at work or working through a 10-game road trip, nothing feels as good as being home. If you're looking to enter the marketplace as a buyer or a seller, Moss Realty has a proven history of results with professionals that operate in the highest spirit of ethical conduct. Let them work for you. Call 704-865-5555 and find out how Moss Realty gets it done. 704-865-5555, Moss Realty.
Back here at Wild Health Field, as the Gastonia Honey Hunters look to win the second of this three-game series between the Wild Health Genomes. Of course, back in Caramont Health Park, Gastonia lost 2 of 3 to the Genomes. An opportunity for Gastonia to kind of turn the tables on Wild Health at a time that is pretty critical for this Wild Health club, as they are in the thick of a wild card playoff race that may very well see just one team get in. So it looks like Lancaster could very well win the North Division second half, which would then give the opportunity to Wild Health or High Point to claim the one wild card spot available for this season. We'll talk more about that as we dive into today's action. If you are a fan of Atlantic League baseball, today is your day. We're going to get started here at around 12:05. Then at 3 o'clock, Southern Maryland takes on Staten Island in a doubleheader, 2 7-inning games there. At 5 o'clock, Long Island takes on York in a doubleheader. That's going to be 2 7-inning games. Then at 5:35, Lexington and Charleston, West Virginia will face off in a doubleheader with 2 7-inning games. And then at 6:35, Lancaster and High Point will face off against one another at Truist Point. You could conceivably see baseball action today starting at noon, going all the way out till 10:30 or 11 o'clock tonight. That's altogether a possibility. So if you're into Atlantic League baseball, today could very well be your best day ever. As the Gastonia Honey Hunters, they open the day in the Atlantic League against the Wild Health Genomes, as it'll be a matchup between Alex Sanabia and Alexis Candelario. Candelario still making his warm-up tosses, as he was a little late getting out to the field to get his routine together. Alex Sanabia has already made his way into the dugout, as he'll be ready for the action today as he faces off against the Wild Health Genomes. What we're going to do right now is we're going to take a brief timeout. When we come back, we'll be that much closer to the start of action between the Honey Hunters as they take on the Genomes on this Wednesday afternoon in Lexington. We'll be back in just a moment on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Folks, it's been the thrill of a lifetime to bring professional baseball back to the airwaves of Gaston County. As a lifelong supporter of Gastonia baseball, I understood at an early age how important it was to hear the game when I couldn't be at the game. And with the advent of internet streaming now, Gastonia Honey Hunters games have even more import within the community. It also provides a great opportunity to get your message out to the Gaston County community. If advertising with the Honey Hunters is something that interests you, give me a call at 704-874-1810 and inquire about advertising with the Gastonia Honey Hunters. The number again, 704-874-1810. 1810. The Honey Hunters Radio Network, your hometown team. Thank you for supporting Gastonia Baseball.
Back here at Wild Health Field, just moments from the start of action here in Lexington on an absolutely gorgeous day. Our first pitch today, it's going to be about 75 degrees when we get things started. So there's a slight breeze coming in from right field this afternoon. Should be absolutely gorgeous conditions for today's game, as it'll be a matchup between Alex Sanabia as he takes on Alexis Candelario. These two clubs separated by 7.5 games in the Atlantic League's second half of the South Division. Gastonia win today pushes that number out to 8.5 games, and the magic number will reduce to 3. What that means is the magic number, any combination of Gastonia wins or Wild Health losses will make the difference in getting Gastonia closer to the South Division's second half title. Of course, if that happens, Gastonia does in fact win both halves. That creates one wild card spot that will likely either go to the Wild Health Genomes, who is 2.5 games back of High Point, or the High Point Rockers, who are currently owning the top spot of all wild card teams. So it looks like that Lancaster could very well be in a position to win the second half of the North Division, creating a true North Division playoff between the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs and the Lancaster Barnstormers. As Candelario has finished his warm-up tosses, he is headed into the dugout, and we are moments away from getting things started this afternoon here at Wild Health Field. Crowd still rolling in, of course, now that school's back in session. Some schools are able to make their way out to the ballpark, and to be quite honest with you, on a day like this, this is phenomenal. Tonight, temperatures are going to be in the mid-50s here in Lexington, so we'll be breaking out the sleeves as we check out Lexington tonight and enjoy some of the uptown atmosphere after today's baseball game. So with that said, we're moments away from getting started between the Wild Health Genomes and the Gastonia Honey Hunters. When we come back, first pitch action on the Honey Hunters Radio Network. We'll be right back.
Since 1927, GSM Services has been the experts for providing services and finding solutions for issues such as heating and cooling, hot, cold, or drafty rooms, high utility bills, nasty crawl spaces, attic insulation, duct and dryer vent cleanings, indoor air quality, and much more. GSM Services, your one-stop shop for all comfort issues in your home. GSM offers 100% satisfaction guaranteed, and right now they're offering a free home energy audit. So if you're having any issues in your home or office, know that you can always trust leaving your comfort to GSM. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSMsince1927.com to talk to someone about any comfort issues you're having in your home. GSM is a proud sponsor of your Gastonia Honey Hunters.
Being first, the beginning of the line. So many people work so hard to be number one. But at Caramount Health, you don't have to struggle to be first. We prioritize you. Our award-winning teams use advanced treatments to serve you. We deliver the compassion and quality you deserve, always growing, building, and innovating for your care, your health, your life. Caramount Health. Care first.
Looking for a new career? Want to make an upwards of $40,000 a year? Want to work a schedule that fits your lifestyle? Want to do it all from the front seat of your car? I thought I had your attention. Domino's is hiring. If you want to cash in on a new opportunity, log on to jobs.domino's.com. That's jobs.domino's.com.
From Wild Health Field in Lexington, Kentucky, we welcome you to the Honey Hunters Radio Network on this Wednesday afternoon on a gorgeous day in Lexington. Brian Rushing here with you. So glad that you could join us here for Atlantic League baseball action between the Gastonia Honey Hunters and the Wild Health Genomes. Wherever you are, however you're tuning in, we thank you for doing so this afternoon. As Alexis Candelario is finishing up his warm-up tosses. Whether you're tuning in on the terrestrial signal, AM 1450 or 101.1 FM, we thank you for being a part of today's action. For those of you that are streaming the audio at GoHoneyHunters.com, or for those of you that are listening to WGNCRadio.com on an audio stream, thank you for doing so on this Wednesday afternoon. And of course, for those of you that have decided to catch the Honey Hunters Radio Network combined with a visual aspect on YouTube/Go Honey Hunters, well, we're so glad that you've joined us for that visual component as well this afternoon, as Judith Drake and the crew here with Virch in Lexington bring you that action today. So Alexis Candelario comes in with a 2-2 record on the year, an 8.16 ERA, making his 11th appearance, his 7th start on the season. He's thrown 32 innings. He's given up 43 hits, 29 runs. He's all earned. So he's walked 17 batters. He struck out 28 for a .316 average against. It's Candelario, former Gastonia Honey Hunters pitcher from last year, will face off against Reese Hampton to get things started on this Wednesday afternoon. Starting a little later than we were really anticipating today. Not exactly sure how that might have transpired, but here we are. So the 12:05 start time is really going to turn more into like a 12:12 start time. But the temperature, a glorious 75 degrees. A breeze coming in from right field, right center field. As Reese Hampton takes the first pitch, he'll foul it off, and we're underway at 12:12. Reese Hampton, a .268 hitter, 8 homers, and 40 RBI on the season. Hampton, of course, switch hitter, batting from the left side against the right-hander Candelario. Last night for Hampton, he was 3 for 5 with a double, a stolen base, and an RBI. As Hampton twists the ball out toward left field, Chris Shaw ranges over. He'll make the catch, and there's one down. Defensively this afternoon for Wild Health, Chris Shaw is in left field, Felix P.A. in center, Jimmy Paredes over in right field. So that'll bring up Jack Reinheimer. Reinheimer coming in, a .275 hitter with 11 homers and 59 RBI. He is second in the league to Hampton in stolen bases on the season. He's one away from 50. Candelario, slider fouled back to the screen. The infield defensively will have Luke Becker over at third, Gavin Johns at shortstop, Olmo Rosario, the second baseman, Moises Sierra over at first base, Austin Rye is going to be the catcher this afternoon. It's Candelario out of the set position. Reinheimer's going to lift that foul up and out of play over the rooftop here at Wild Health Field. As Gastonia got off to a fast start last night, as they played at a pair of runs, as Reinheimer doubled home Hampton with a double after Hampton doubled to lead off the game. Opposite corners is where they took the baseball. As the pitch to Reinheimer misses, the count goes to 1-2. Reinheimer swings and misses on the slider, and there's 2 down in the inning. That'll bring up Joseph Rosa. Rosa in last night's ball game was 0 for 4. He did reach on an error late in the ball game. Rosa comes in a .310 hitter on the season, 19 homers and 83 RBI. The .310 average for Rosa is his lowest point since May 15th this season. It's the breaking ball taken for strike one. Wild Health Field, a hitter's ballpark, especially if you're a power hitter. You love playing baseball here. It's the breaking ball again, works the count to 0-2 as it catches the outer third for a second strike. With the wind blowing in today, it's going to be a little harder to knock the ball out of the yard as Rosa's going to dribble it out to second base. Rosario fields, fires to Sierra, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Alexis Candelario. We've played a half an inning in Lexington. Scoreless ball game on the Honey Hunters Radio Network. We'll be right back.
GSM Services helps people live better through improved comfort, health, and energy efficiency. GSM Services provides high-quality home and commercial improvement services. They offer services for heating and cooling, energy audits, duct and dryer vent cleaning, attic insulation, crawl space solutions, generators, commercial roofing, and HVAC, indoor air cleaning products, and much, much more. GSM has been taking care of their customers' comfort since 1927. This unmatched experience has led them to build reliable processes to serve you and offer guidance to help you choose the right options for your home business comfort needs. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSMsince1927.com to talk to someone about the comfort issues you have in your home. GSM is a proud sponsor of your Gastonia Honey Hunters. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSMsince1927.com. Go Honey Hunters! If coming to a Honey Hunters game is good, then coming to a game as a group is better. If you're a school, church, or civic organization looking for a great time together, call 704-874-1810 and ask about a group package. The number again is 704-874-1810. Ask about our picnic options that include hot dogs, sliders, and pulled pork. 704-874-1810. Honey Hunters Baseball. Better with friends.
Bottom of the first inning, Alex Sanabia getting the start this afternoon for the Gastonia Honey Hunters. Sanabia, as I pull up his numbers on the season, comes in a 6-5 record, 4.11 ERA. However, much of that has come from his time with the York Revolution. In 3 starts for Gastonia, he's 2-0 on the year with a .50 ERA. 18 innings pitched, 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned. He's walked 7. He struck out 16 for an .088 average against. As he has certainly been reinvigorated by a playoff chase. The York Revolution have been mathematically eliminated from all means of making the playoffs. And when he got here, it created a little bit of a lift. And this club has hit the baseball for him in his time with Gastonia, as he gets his 4th start for the Honey Hunters. So face Luke Becker. As Becker watches the pitch sail out of the zone high to even the count at 1-1. Becker, 296 hitter, 19 homers, 83 RBIs. He rolls that one out to Rosa. Rosa fields it over to Tapia. And there's one down here in the first inning. Reese Hampton in left field today. Hurley Rodriguez in center. Jake Skoll over at right field. Luis Roman at third base. Jack Reinheimer at shortstop. Joseph Rosa at second. Tapia over at first. Stuart Levy getting the start behind home plate in this afternoon contest. It's Olmo Rosario. Takes the first pitch from Sanabia for a ball. Rosario, 0 for 2 last night, did drive in a run, came here from Quintana Roo of the Mexican League. That ball hit out to Roman on a bounce. Roman gets it over quickly to Tapia. And there's 2 down in a very fast fashion here in the bottom of the first inning, and that'll bring up Jimmy Paredes. Now talk about the wind blowing in. Now, of course, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to stay that way the entirety of this afternoon, but typically when you have a day like this to where it's a little cooler and it's a little more seasonal than what you're anticipating, well, obviously that's going to change this ballpark a little bit. When this ballpark is hot and humid, the wind blows out to left center field, and it carries quite well. Today will have an opposite effect as Sanabia's pitch cut on and missed by Paredes. Paredes, a .286 hitter, 17 homers, 64 RBI. Sanabia, his offering, slider, foul tipped at the plate to work the count to 0-2. The Genomes today wearing their powder blues with the pink numbers on the back. Genomes written in pink across the front of the jerseys with the numbers on the lower left rib cage. White pants, black hats. As the pitch cut on and missed, and just like that, Alex Sanabia gets through the first inning. 1-2-3 inning. We go to the second here on the Honey Hunters Radio Network. We'll be right back.
Folks, it's been the thrill of a lifetime to bring professional baseball back to the airwaves of Gaston County. As a lifelong supporter of Gastonia baseball, I understood at an early age how important it was to hear the game when I couldn't be at the game. And with the advent of internet streaming now, Gastonia Honey Hunters games have even more import within the community. It also provides a great opportunity to get your message out to the Gaston County community. If advertising with the Honey Hunters is something that interests you, give me a call at 704-874-1810 and inquire about advertising with the Gastonia Honey Hunters. The number again, 704-874-1810. The Honey Hunters Radio Network, your hometown team. Thank you for supporting Gastonia baseball. Folks, do you find yourself lacking confidence in public places? Would you like to earn respect among your peers and be well received socially? I've got just the answer. The Honey Hunters Team Store is your source for all the best looking t-shirts, hats, and accessories for you, your kids, and even your dog. Look good, feel good, fan better. It's always drip season at the Honey Hunters Team Store at Caramont Health Park.
Top of the second inning, scoreless ball game here from Wild Health Field on a gorgeous Wednesday afternoon. Brian Rushing here with you. So glad that you could join us for this action today. A day full of things going on in the Atlantic League as we've got 8 games going on at some point today. 3 doubleheaders during the course of the action. I'd love to update some scores, but we're going to be the only game in town for quite a while. And to be honest with you, I hope that we don't have a whole lot of the game going on at 3 o'clock when we go off the air. As I cannot wait to call this game, put a bow on the end of the day, perhaps talking about a Gastonia win, and then enjoying some of this gorgeous weather here in Lexington. It is phenomenal. Temperature's supposed to get to around 79 today, low of about 55 tonight. Yes, indeed. Emmanuel Tapia will lead off here in the second inning. So it'll be Tapia, Castro, and Roman. Candelario, fastball, cut on and missed. Candelario, not exactly the guy that's going to light up the radar gun. So his fastball is going to sit somewhere between 87 and 90. It's the breaking ball. This is down. Count evens at 1-1. Home plate umpire this afternoon, Darnell Ray at first base. Marvin King at third base. Derek Whitfield. The 1-1. Breaking ball. Cut on and missed by Tapia. Count goes to 1-2. Tapia, 278 hitter on the year. 515 homers. 65 RBI. OPS of 919 as that fastball misses down. The count goes to 2-2. I mentioned the Wild Health uniforms last half inning. Gastonia wearing exactly what they wore yesterday. Of course, they did go through a wash cycle, which is always important. It's the 2-2. Slider misses down, runs the count full. Gastonia with the gray jerseys. Gastonia written across the chest in an arc with the honey drip oozing to the middle of the jersey. Black numbers on the lower left rib cage and on the back. Here's the payoff to Tapia. Tapia is going to tap that one foul toward Zach Jarrett, who will charge it as if he's mimicking himself when he plays in right field. Count stays at 3-2. They wear the gray pants today with the black piping stripe down each leg, black belts, black socks, black hats, black helmets. The payoff again. Tapia drives the ball out to center field. That wind will knock it down a little bit as the catch made in center by Felix P.A. And there's one down here in the second. That'll bring up Luis Castro. Castro last night went 1 for 4 with a double. He got his double in the 9th inning. He would ultimately score in the drawn-in infield as Alex Holderbach drove in his second run of the game last night in that 5-2 win. John Anderson with win number 13 on the season. As Castro's going to drive that ball out to right field. Paredes can't make the play. It's going to bounce off the Moe's side. Castro's going to have to get on his horse as he gets there on the slide, as he actually saw the baseball intersect between him and the second base bag. Is with the wind blowing in, if it's spinning away from the outfielder, it's going to exacerbate that tailing effect. And Paredes was not able to make the catch as it bounced off the door, heading out toward the clubhouses. So Castro has himself the game's first hit, and that'll bring up Luis Roman. Now, Roman was 0 for 4 in last night's ball game, which gives me reason to believe that he's going to have a much better offensive performance against the Genomes on this Wednesday. As the pitch misses up and away. I also think that Roman sees the ball a little better in the daytime here at this particular ballpark, as he has had many really good games offensively during the daytime here at Wild Health Field. Candelario checks on Castro. That pitch misses up and away. Count now 2-0. Castro with the double down at second. One down here in the top of the second inning. Roman waits on the 2-0. Candelario's going to spin back to second. Chases Castro to the bag. With the left-handed batter up, Gavin Johns is going to be keeping more of an eye on Castro, as Rosario will be playing more toward the hole on the right side. Roman can't hold up on that swing. Count goes to 2-1. Luke Becker, playing about 25 feet off the line over at third, finds himself somewhat vulnerable. If Candelario continues to work the ball away to Roman, he can tuck the ball inside the third base bag and would have himself an easy base knock. Candelario with the high hold. Here's the pitch. Taken down, and the count goes to 3-1. So that pitch apparently was down a little bit. Roman now in the driver's seat with a 3-1 count. We'll see if Candelario gives in to Roman here and gives him a cookie. And time will be called by Roman as Castro was bouncing around a little bit at second base. And Candelario trying to break up the timing. So Roman will climb back in the left-handed batter's box and wait on the 3-1 from Candelario. Roman swings and misses on the elevated fastball, works the count full. A few wispy clouds here, working their way across the sky. Very soft, fluffy clouds, certainly not indicative of rainfall. I don't think we'll see any rainfall today. Saw some fog around Rupp Arena this morning. Candelario's payoff. Roman's going to shoot it over to the third base side into the seats. And again, we'll have a very uninspired chase of the baseball along the third base side. Young man that drove in from Frankfurt, he's going to come away with the baseball. Wednesday afternoon, the crowd still filing in, a little sparse at this point. The pitch from Candelario. This is down. Roman draws the walk. And that'll bring up Jake Skull. That'll bring up Jake Skull, who has an opportunity here to get Gastonia on the board. And if anybody can turn the wind around here in this ballpark, it's one Jake Skull. Skull, the left-handed batter, waits on the offering from Candelario. Took a little something off of it, did Candelario, and it misses down. Skull and Candelario did spend some time together last year wearing the black and gold. It's Castro now down at second, Roman at first. Here's the pitch. Skull cut on and missed to even the count at 1-1. That was an 89-mile-an-hour fastball from Candelario. Scoreless ball game here in the top of the second. Gastonia trying to get on the board. Here's the pitch. Skull takes it down. The count goes to 2-1. Skull again, left-handed batter, likes to pull the baseball. Gavin Johns is hanging around the bag at second. Rosario's playing more of a double play depth, cheated in a little bit, but acknowledging the pull abilities of Jake Skull as that pitch misses down, and now the count is 3-1. Candelario, in 32 innings of work, has 17 walks, so he's averaging about a walk every other inning. Skull tries to jump at the elevated pitch, 90 miles an hour. Can't track it down. The count goes full to 3-2. So with Candelario, the first swing and miss from Skull was on a ball working to the outer third, and then that one was just strictly elevated, and Skull was not able to drop the bat head into the zone. Skull's going to call time and reset. One down here in the top of the second inning. Gastonia threatening here to get on the board first. Candelario looks down at Castro twice, now delivers. Pitch is taken at the knees for strike three. Skull is the second out of the inning. It's punch out number 2 for Alexis Candelario, and that'll bring up Stuart Levy. Levy getting the start behind home plate this afternoon, comes in with a .218 average, 5 homers, 36 RBI. Levy hits the ball sharply back up the middle. Johns flips it over to Rosario, and that'll retire the side. Gastonia puts a threat on the board, but not able to cash anything in. We go to the bottom of the second, scoreless on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Looking for a new career? Want to make an upwards of $40,000 a year? Want to work a schedule that fits your lifestyle? Want to do it all from the front seat of your car? I thought I had your attention. Domino's is hiring. If you want to cash in on a new opportunity, log on to jobs.domino's.com. That's jobs.domino's.com.
If coming to a Honey Hunters game is good, then coming to a game as a group is better. If you're a school, church, or civic organization looking for a great time together, call 704-874-1810 and ask about a group package. The number again is 704-874-1810. Ask about our picnic options that include hot dogs, sliders, and pulled pork. 704-874-1810. Honey Hunters Baseball. Better with friends.
Whether you're stuck in traffic after a long day at work or working through a 10-game road trip, nothing feels as good as being home. If you're looking to enter the marketplace as a buyer or a seller, Moss Realty has a proven history of results with professionals that operate in the highest spirit of ethical conduct. Let them work for you. Call 704-865-5555 and find out how Moss Realty gets it done. 704-865-5555, Moss Realty.
Bottom of the second inning, scoreless ball game. Chris Davis will lead things off for the Wild Health Genomes, followed by Chris Shaw and Moises Sierra. It's Alex Sanabia trying to pick up his third win in a Gastonia Honey Hunters uniform. It's Davis, the right-handed batter. 34 years of age. Sanabia works out of a modified windup, really more of a set position, but doesn't necessarily have a lot of the stops and starts. Now, of course, that changes with a runner on base. Chris Davis, 275 hitters, 16 homers, 43 RBI. Sanabia, the 1-0, fastball misses down. It's Davis, of course. 48 home runs one season, led the American League. Sanabia has the ball driven out to right center field. And Jake Skull's going to make the catch, and that truly gives you an indication. For those of you that are watching on the YouTube broadcast, the reality is Chris Davis hit that ball very, very well, but the wind knocked it down. The ball didn't even make it to the warning track before Skull makes the catch. And to be quite honest with you, on an average day, that ball is against the wall at the very least. On an active day here with the carry, it's a 1-0 ball game in favor of the Genomes. It's Chris Shaw will step to the plate. 264 hitter, 16 homers, 64 RBI. Shaw was 1 for 4 in the ball game yesterday. It's the pitch from Sanabia, misses up. Count 1-0. Sanabia had a big grin on his face. I don't think that Sanabia believes that pitch was as high as maybe the umpire gave the indication for. The 1-0. Change up, rolled foul over toward the first base side. It's Chris Shaw. He's put together a pretty good year for this Genomes club. Spent a little time playing at first base as well as left field. Sanabia, that ball ripped through the right side of the infield. Chris Shaw has himself a 1-out single. And that'll bring up Moises Sierra. Sierra, 286 hitter, 6 homers, 39 runs, driven in. Sierra, the right-handed batter, will step in the box against Alex Sanabia. So a couple of former big leaguers here facing off against one another. Sierra will chop that one foul into the third row of seats. The netting here pretty much stops and starts between the dugouts. There's no netting that goes down the line, so if you're at a ball game here in Lexington, you really got to pay attention to what's going on at the game. If you're not, well, it could cost you. It's the fastball inside at 89 miles an hour, misses to even the count at 1-1. Sierra, former Washington Nationals player. Sanabia, former pitcher for the Marlins. Sanabia, the 1-1 slider, catches the outside edge. Strike called by Darnell Ray to work the count to 1-2. Chris Shaw over at first, held on by Emmanuel Tapia. Moises Sierra dealing with a little bit of a pull shift as Reinheimer's a little more into the 5.5 hole. Joseph Rosa a little closer to the second base bag. Here's the 1-2 from Sanabia. That ball lifted out into center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Rodriguez will get it in quickly. But a pair of singles for Wild Health is giving them a runner in scoring position as that brings up Felix Pie. Felix Pie comes in. If you remember spending any time watching the Chicago Cubs back in the WGN days, when you could actually see it locally on cable, Felix Pie was one of those names that remained fresh in my mind from those days of watching Cubs and White Sox games on WGN. Obviously, because you look at his name, it's spelled out Pie, but it's not Pie, it's PA. Sanabia, the offering. That ball lifted out into shallow center field. Rodriguez has got to come on. Skull's going to cut him off. Skull got a better read on the baseball from right field as Rodriguez. He addressed the sound off the bat and held his spot. Skull got a much better angle, not having to look directly at the baseball, and was able to cut off Hurley Rodriguez to make the catch. There's 2 down in the bottom of the second inning. Skull had to go a long way for that baseball. It's despite the fact that the ballpark carries well here, there's still a lot of space here in this yard. It's a far bigger park, especially between the gaps, than what you would see at Caramount Health Park. Austin Rye will step to the plate, 247 hitter, 8 homers, 45 RBI. It's the slider, catches the outside edge. And that ball's going to get away, and now Chris Shaw's going to try to get to third, and he'll do so. And now it gets away from Jack Reinheimer. So that's going to be an error on Stuart Levy, who threw a sinker out to Sanabia, and it got through Joseph Rosa and Jack Reinheimer. So that's going to be one of the oddest throwing errors that you're ever going to see. In fact, if there was an Atlantic League blooper reel, I'm certain that that would make it. As Levy just threw the ball short to Sanabia. Sanabia wasn't able to flag it down. Gastonia continued to bobble it in the infield. As the slider misses. 1 1 strike count to Austin Rye. Rye playing with his 3rd Atlantic League team of the season. As Rye has spent time with the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, the Long Island Ducks, and now the Wild Health Genomes. He's been better traveled than Nate Peden, who is on his 2nd tour with the Genomes after being dealt to Charleston and back. As the fastball misses up, Levy's throw to second. It's not going to be in time. The tag at the plate. They're going to get Chris Shaw as they'll cut him down trying to steal home. That'll end the inning. As Chris Shaw tried to be on the tail end of that double steal, was cut down by Rosa. 4-2 if you're scoring at home. We'll go to the 3rd inning scoreless here on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Folks, it's been the thrill of a lifetime to bring professional baseball back to the airwaves of Gaston County. As a lifelong supporter of Gastonia baseball, I understood at an early age how important it was to hear the game when I couldn't be at the game. And with the advent of internet streaming now, Gastonia Honey Hunters games have even more import within the community. It also provides a great opportunity to get your message out to the Gaston County community. If advertising with the Honey Hunters is something that interests you, give me a call at 704-874-1810 and inquire about advertising with the Gastonia Honey Hunters. The number again, 704-874-1810. The Honey Hunters Radio Network, your hometown team. Thank you for supporting Gastonia baseball.
Whether you're stuck in traffic after a long day at work or working through a 10-game road trip, nothing feels as good as being home. If you're looking to enter the marketplace as a buyer or a seller, Moss Realty has a proven history of results with professionals that operate in the highest spirit of ethical conduct. Let them work for you. Call 704-865-5555 and find out how Moss Realty gets it done. 704-865-5555, Moss Realty.
Top of the third inning. Gastonia scoreless with Wild Health through 2 innings. The bottom of the second inning was a slightly interesting one, but we now move to the third with no harm done. Gastonia will have Hurley Rodriguez, Reese Hampton, and Jack Reinheimer batting here in the third inning. Folks, get gassed up with your Honey Hunters as they make their way toward the 2022 Atlantic League playoffs. Game 1 at Caramont Health Park is on September 20th. Get your tickets by calling 704-874-1810. That's 704-874-1810. And while you're at it, go ahead and buy the tickets for Game 2 as well. Who knows, you might even be able to talk Lauren Tier into a sweet deal that includes both games. We'll have to wait and see. I'm going to be there. You might as well be there too. It's Rodriguez, 257 hitter, 5 home runs, 24 RBI. He'll step to the plate against Alexis Candelario. Rodriguez, the left-handed batter. We've seen him in the leadoff spot a lot this season. This is the first time that we've seen him in the 9 position. And really, it only affects the first time around the order. This is an ideal scenario here because you've got Rodriguez with copious speed on the base paths, Reese Hampton behind him, and then Jack Reinheimer. Potentially a lot of speed on the base paths for the Honey Hunters. It's the pitch from Candelario taken for strike 1. This is usually the time where I'd start teasing Atlantic League scores, but we don't have any, except for this one, and it's scoreless. As Rodriguez takes a pitch for strike 2. As Candelario is finding himself around the plate. He's walked a batter, given up a hit. Candelario will try to quick pitch Rodriguez, and he shoots the ball into the seats. And that's what I'm talking about there. There's no netting just above the third base dugout where the Genomes reside. I think it hit a pipe beside of the Tostitos sign. As the pitch from Candelario misses up. One thing's for sure is it startled some folks that were in the general vicinity. Rodriguez waits on the pitch from Candelario. Fastball elevated, cut on and missed. Third strikeout for Alexis Candelario. And there's one down here in the third. That'll bring up Reese Hampton. So Reese Hampton flew out to left field his first time up. So he started out this series with 3 consecutive hits. He's flown out 3 times since then. Double and 2 singles last night against Ryan Kellogg. Breaking ball. Hampton's going to twist it toward the corner. It's going to get down, and it's going to be for extra bases. And depending upon how quickly Paredes gets to it, and he does, he holds Hampton to a double. So Reese Hampton with his second extra base hit of the series, his 4th hit total. That'll bring up Jack Reinheimer. And perhaps the Honey Hunters can replicate what they did yesterday just a couple of innings later. Hampton doubled in the first inning, and Reinheimer doubled that up with an extra base hit of his own. It's Reinheimer. They'll check him. They'll say, did he go? And he did not. And in that circumstance, that was Marvin King again that was the first base umpire slotted over to second. So Reinheimer could have been called from a first base umpire's perspective for the committed swing, but it's very difficult to get that call when an umpire is slotted near second. As the pitch catches the outside edge to even the count at 1-1. 1 down here in the top of the 3rd, scoreless ball game. Hampton down at second. It'll be interesting to see if Hampton takes a go at it to third. Reinheimer, fastball runs in on the hands, can't connect, and the count goes to 1-2. The ballpark here at Wild Health Field, we talked about it in previous broadcasts earlier in the season. It's now an artificial turf surface. Used to be natural, but they've gone to the turf. Reinheimer. The 1-2. Here it comes. Reinheimer swings and misses. Another strikeout. 90 miles an hour. 4 punch outs for Candelario. With 2 down, that brings up Joseph Rosa. The artificial surface looks very similar to what you would see in Staten Island. As they've got the alternating dark and light green stripes signifying the grass here at the ballpark. Very similar to what you'd see in Staten Island. The turf that's supposed to signify the dirt areas as that pitch to Rosa misses up is a deeper brown, very similar to what you might see at Staten Island. At High Point, at Truist Point, the stripes are similar, but the dirt area of the turf that the turf signifies is really more of an orangish brown. Whatever the case, this is another ballpark that's got a logo in center field. There is no logo in Gastonia, and I kind of prefer it that way, but Candelario is going to look Hampton back to second. At Staten Island, there's the interlocking SI for the Ferry Hawks. In High Point, you've got Truist Point. If there's any question as to who paid the money in High Point to get the stadium going or the sponsorship rights, well, it's Truist Bank, and they make sure that everybody knows it. As the pitch to Rosa misses down, the count goes to 2-0. Here in Lexington, one of the iconic figures of the Legends Ball Club is the mustache, which is here in center field. I don't really know what a mustache has to do in correlation with genomes, but nevertheless. The 2-0 to Rosa. Here's the pitch. Cut on and missed. Count goes to 2-1. Now, of course, the long-term viability of the Wild Health Genomes franchise, I don't think there is really a long-term solution for this franchise. This was supposed to be a franchise that would come in for a year or two and basically force the league to not have to utilize a road warrior scenario, which is just a tough way to go. The pitch misses up. Now Rosa has a 3-1 count. It's certainly not an ideal situation with you're dealing with a franchise that is effectively in a lame duck scenario. But the Road Warriors thought just wasn't reasonable either. Rosa waits on the 3-1. Breaking ball misses inside. He'll draw the walk. Second free pass given up by Candelario, and that'll bring up Emmanuel Tapia with 2 on and 2 out. Tapia flew out to center field his first time up. Tapia, the left-handed batter. Candelario delivers the pitch. Breaking ball misses inside. Reese Hampton got a 1-out double earlier in this half inning. He's still down at second. Joseph Rosa walked just a moment ago. He's over at first. Candelario with the high hold, about chest high. Tapia's going to lift that ball up and over the rooftop and out toward the Dollar General and the Save-A-Lot. Of course, this is the only other ballpark in the Atlantic League that had a Save-A-Lot nearby. The Save-A-Lot in Lexington's doing a little better than the one in Gastonia. The one in Gastonia doesn't exist anymore. The fastball misses up. It's Tapia with a 2-1 count here in the top of this third inning. Candelario looks in for the sign from Austin Rye. Has the sign. Here's the pitch. Misses up. Tapia now with a 3-1 count. Luis Castro is on deck for Gastonia if Tapia can extend the inning. However, I think Tapia's got a little more on his mind than just handing the baton over to Castro. With a 3-1 count, I think he wants to do damage. Will he get an opportunity? Here's the pitch. Tapia's going to foul it straight back. So Tapia back in the box. Payoff pitch forthcoming. Rosa and Hampton will be off to the races as soon as Candelario goes plateward. Here's the pitch. Tapia's going to lift that one up and foul, and it's going to be another souvenir for somebody just hanging out in the parking lot. We do have one school group here directly behind home plate, I think. Maybe just off to the right a little bit. I don't know how much baseball they're watching, but they're out of class, so I think they've got that going for them. Hampton back at second, Rosa over at first. Candelaria looking in for the sign from Austin Rye. Here's the offering. That ball tapped out toward Alex Holderbach. Over to the first base dugout. Gastonia resides in the first base dugout when they're here against Wild Health. They're over on the third base side when they play the Lexington Legends. But one thing that is best about this is Gastonia, wherever dugout they're using, they've been very successful here at Wild Health Field. In fact, their winning percentage here is far better than their winning percentage at Caramont Health Park. They've lost one time here to both clubs. Tapia's going to hook that ball. And that ball had some hair on as it went down toward the picnic area. Fortunately, nobody was there to feel the wrath of that baseball. So we'll keep the count at 3-2. And Hampton and Rosa getting a little bit of a workout here in the top of this third inning. Tapia waits on the payoff. Here it comes. Breaking ball, cut on and missed. That'll retire the side. It's Gastonia leaves 2 on again. We go to the bottom of the third, scoreless here on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Looking for a new career? Want to make an upwards of $40,000 a year? Want to work a schedule that fits your lifestyle? Want to do it all from the front seat of your car? I thought I had your attention. Domino's is hiring. If you want to cash in on a new opportunity, log on to jobs.domino's.com. That's jobs.domino's.com. Ladies and gentlemen, as a public service, here's a little vocabulary lesson for all the parents out there. The word is drip. Means cool, trendy, or hip. Where do Honey Hunters fans find their drip? Your fashion destination in the gas house is at the Honey Hunters team store at Caramont Health Park. Put some swag in your bag at the Honey Hunters team store. Hashtag drip season. Seriously, I have no idea what drip season means.
Online education is better with us. At Belmont Abbey College, we offer quality, affordable online degrees that fit your life and your budget. We're better because with us, our faith foundation drives all we do. We care about every student. We instill every degree with excellence and virtue. Plus, we're local, personal, and ready to help you thrive. Experience the Abbey difference. Get the better online degree with Belmont Abbey College. Register today, and you could win dinner for 2 on us. Visit GoHoneyHunters.com/Belmont Abbey to learn more.
Bottom of the third inning, Gastonia has been teased a couple times in their last couple times at the plate, but they've not been able to convert anything as we remain scoreless going to the bottom of the third inning. So Wild Health will send up Austin Rye, Gavin Johns, and Luke Becker here in the third inning. Rye was at the plate when Wild Health decided to try a double steal. Moises Sierra got into second, would have gotten credit for a stolen base if Chris Shaw hadn't been cut down at the plate. That's a very interesting rule, how that works. Sanabia, first pitch, changeup taken for a strike. So basically, anytime there's a double steal that's activated by a club, both runners have to make it safely to their next base to be recorded for a stolen base. Otherwise, they don't get anything. So Sierra had actually stolen the base cleanly. He had gotten there ahead of the throw. Rosa decided to cut it off and go home with it. And they were able to get Chris Shaw by an eyelash at home plate. Sanabia, that ball's going to be rolled through. Rosa can't get to it. As Rosa playing the pull shift to Rye, Rye went back behind the shift, and he gets the single. It's the third hit for Wild Health. That'll bring up Gavin Johns, who had a pair of hits in last night's game. John's a right-handed batter. Rye will be over at first, held on by Emmanuel Tapia. Sanabia. So that ball's going to get lifted out into right field. It's going to get down. Skull cuts it off on one bounce. He'll hold Rye at second. But now, Wild Health in business as they go back to the top of the order as Luke Becker will step to the plate. He grounded out his first time up, but now they have a definitive threat with 2 on and nobody out.
They did it last inning, but there was 1 out when it got started. This inning here in the bottom.
So the Genomes have
It's the first 2 batters, so nobody out.
out-hit Gastonia
Steps in with runners at first and second, and he is a
4-2 in the ball game. As Becker's going to try to bunt his way perhaps on it. Might have been a bunt for a hit, but he might have been just trying to get the runners over. He bunted it pretty hard, so it's kind of hard to tell. Roman is inside the bag at third. Tapia inside the bag at first.
that'll give Rosario and Paredes a chance to knock him in.
It's Becker. Takes his ball on the outside to even the count at 1-1. Darnell Ray is, well, we'll say deliberate in addressing whether a pitch is a ball or a strike. So sometimes when you think it's a strike, it ends up not being. If you think it's a ball, sometimes it's just a delayed strike. As Darnell Ray doesn't exactly jump out to make the initial signal. Becker drives that one into right field. It was a soft line drive that Rosa wasn't able to come up with. Sarai had to hold up. He'll be down at third, and the bases are now loaded. As they've got a trifecta of hits in the inning. That'll bring up Olmo Rosario. These balls haven't necessarily been smashed. As a matter of fact, Rye's ball was against a shift. Could have easily been fielded by Rosa if he'd have been playing a more conventional defensive posture. Johns just tried to push the ball to right field, got the base hit there. Sanabia gets the call of a strike to Olmo Rosario. Rosario bounced to third, his first time up. The 0-1 from Sanabia, breaking ball. This is inside.
So bases loaded with Genomes here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. 3 straight.
This is the most difficulty that Alex Sanabia has dealt with this afternoon and perhaps his entire time in a Gastonia uniform. Is that breaking ball a big bender? Rosario was nowhere near making contact with that pitch, falls behind 1-2. Olmo Rosario, 43 years old, started playing baseball with the Tampa Bay Rays organization. That fastball taken for strike 3. Rosario is a strikeout victim in the first out of the 3rd inning. Second strikeout victim for Alex Sanabia. And that brings up Jimmy Paredes. Now Sanabia, a ground ball double play out away from getting out of this trouble. Paredes, a left-handed batter. He struck out to end the first inning. Sanabia, fastball, cut on and missed. Sanabia reaching back for a little extra at 92 miles an hour. So runners, Austin Rye at third, Gavin Johns at second, Luke Becker over at first. Tapia bobbles it's going to have one play and one play only. As they'll get the out, 3 unassisted, but it'll be an RBI as Rye scores. So Paredes gets his 65th RBI of the season, and the Genomes have a 1-0 advantage. Tapia wanted to field it and wanted to go to second base to try to see if he could get a double play. The opportunity to get the double play would have been tenuous because at the time that Tapia threw the baseball or tried to throw the baseball to second, there was nobody in the general vicinity of the first base bag. Sanabia could have gotten there, but we will never know because Tapia just decided to take the easy play. It's the pitch from Sanabia, a changeup taken for strike one to Chris Davis. Sanabia out of the windup. Will wheel and fire the 0-1. Breaking ball misses. Count evens at 1-1. John's the runner down at third. Luke Becker the runner down at second. Wild Health with a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the third inning. So that ball's going to get through, well, thought it was going to get through the left side of the infield. Reinheimer made a phenomenal stop, but it's not going to matter as he couldn't hang on to the baseball. It's going to be an RBI single for Chris Davis. John scores and makes it a 2-0 ball game. Getting into third is Luke Becker. And that'll bring up Chris Shaw, who's got a hit himself. Fourth hit of the inning for the Wild Health Genomes, as they have 6 in the contest, and they also have a 2-0 lead.
Davis, it's not a single, it is a E6. That erases the RBI in the situation. But a run comes across.
And they're scoring at an error on Jack Reinheimer. The hit from Chris Davis. So scratch the hit. It's not going to be the 6th hit. It's going to be an error on Reinheimer. And it will not be an RBI for Chris Davis. Still a 2-0 lead in favor of Wild Health. Runners at the corners. Sanabia. Slider misses inside. 2-ball, 1-strike count here in the bottom of the third inning. Gastonia trailing 2-0. It's the second error of the ball game for Gastonia. Sanabia's fastball misses, and now the count goes to 3-1. As he threw the fastball at 92, just left it up and out of the zone. Shaw, left-handed batter, waits on the offering from Sanabia. Here's the pitch. Fouls that one. That got a piece of Darnell Ray. And now the count works full. So Chris Davis will get a running start from first as soon as Sanabia goes toward the plate. Sanabi is offering. That ball busted bad up the middle. Reinheimer's going to field it. Throws it over to Tapia, and that'll retire the side. So we played 3 innings here at Wild Health Field. The Genomes have a 2-0 lead here on the Honey Hunters Radio Network. We'll be right back.
Folks, do you find yourself lacking confidence in public places? Would you like to earn respect among your peers and be well received socially? I've got just the answer. The Honey Hunters Team Store is your source for all the best looking t-shirts, hats, and accessories for you, your kids, and even your dog. Look good, feel good, fan better. It's always drip season at the Honey Hunters Team Store at Caramont Health Park.
Find out where your Honey Hunters are playing all season long at www.gohoneyhunters.com. Ticket information, www.gohoneyhunters.com. You're looking for the latest game day fashion or wanting to bring a group to Caramont Health Park. GoHoneyHunters.com. Your online home for the Gastonia Honey Hunters is GoHoneyHunters.com. That's www.gohoneyhunters.com.
What could be better this summer than a Honey Hunters baseball season? The crack of the bat, the pop of the mitt, the smell of fresh cut. Hey guys, stop. We have turf here at the ballpark. Let's try this again. The smell of fresh cut. Domino's Pizza. Sold nightly here at Caramont Health Park. The Gastonia Honey Hunters and Domino's Pizza. A winning combination.
Top of the 4th inning, 2-0 ball game. Wild Health. 2 spot in the bottom half of the 3rd inning, giving Gastonia a 2-run deficit to try to work out of. So it'll be Luis Castro, Luis Roman, and Jake Skoll, 5, 6, 7 in the order for the Gastonia Honey Hunters. Folks at Caramont Health, every milestone matters. That's why they're trusted pediatricians and award-winning specialists are here to serve you and your family every step of the way. Find a doctor that you and your kids love at CaramontHealth.org. As Castro doubled his first time up, it's Alexis Candelario. He's gone through the first 3 innings without allowing any runs, but Gastonia has teased things here in the 2nd and 3rd inning. We'll try to see if they can finally break through here in this 4th frame. Of course, today we've got the afternoon contest, and then we'll have a Thursday night contest to wrap up this brief road trip to Lexington. It's our last time to Lexington this season in the regular season. I guess there is a possibility we could see the Genomes in the postseason. As the breaking ball to Castro misses down. Lexington's in an interesting scenario. They are out of contention for the wild card. They're not out of contention mathematically for the second half title, though it's not likely that they're going to be able to climb the ladder to the top. It's the pitch to Castro, taken for a strike, evens the count at 1-1. So Castro's going to foul it up toward the sweets area, and that's going to ricochet back down to the lower bowl. The Long Island Ducks are 5.5 games back in the wild card scenario. They are not mathematically out of it yet, but again, it's a very difficult mountain to climb when you're 5.5 back and 11 to play. It's the pitch from Candelario, misses outside. Wild Health, 2 runs on 5 hits, no errors. For Gastonia, no runs on 2 hits and 2 errors. It's Castro drives the ball to right field, and that ball is twisting, and it's going to be a foul ball. And that is exactly, I'll try to describe what I saw. That was a ball headed toward the wall in right field, and the breeze actually took it, stopped its momentum, and pushed it into foul ground. That is amazing that the wind held up that ball some 50 to 75 feet in the air and just threw it into foul territory. On a ball that was hit well enough from Castro that it should have at least been extra bases. Here's the 2-2. Misses down, the count runs full. So Castro in the right-handed batter's box climbs back in and gets ready for the payoff pitch. So Castro's going to lift that one, and that one, the wind's going to push it all the way into the next county. It is a strong breeze here. It was a little more subdued earlier in the ball game, but here in these middle innings, it is pretty significant. So the flags are moving quite quickly in left center field. Candelario delivers. Castro's going to drive the ball out to left field, and that ball is going to leave the yard. And there was some question as to whether or not it was going to happen, and if there hadn't have been a breeze blowing, he might have hit the Ford sign across the parking lot. As it turns out, Castro leaves the yard. Gastonia's on the board. He gets his 11th clout of the season, shakes hands with Chuck Stewart, and Gastonia's on the board, trailing 2-1. My sweet mother. It's Castro. Left the yard during the homestand last week, and he leaves the yard again, driving it into the Wild Health Genomes bullpen. That'll bring up Luis Roman. And Roman's going to drive a ball to right field. Paredes is going to look up, and it's back-to-back jacks for the Honey Hunters as it's a tie game at 2-1. Luis Roman is going to take the road around the base paths, and he's going to make this a 2-2 ball game. He'll shake hands with Chuck Stewart, and just like that, bang, bang, the Honey Hunters have knotted it up. My sweet mother. As Jake Skoll will step to the plate. And Gastonia flexing some muscle against the wind, saying, we'll show the wind what's up. And now Jake Skoll will step to the plate. Skoll, breaking ball, swings and misses. It's Gastonia, just like that, getting on the board and getting even. The breaking ball misses down. The shot by Roman got into the seats of the party deck in right field. If the wind hadn't have been blowing, he might have hit that one into the trees across the parking lot. The Skoll dribbles that one toward the third base on deck circle. Chris Shaw with Castro's homer was just basically going to watch it, and then all of a sudden he saw the wind start to knocking it down. And I've got to be honest with you, if that fence hadn't been sitting at about 5 feet high, I don't know that it gets out of the yard. But it counts as a home run, and that's good enough for me. Skoll's going to lift that ball out into right center field. It's going to get down for a knock. And Gastonia, 3 consecutive knocks in the inning. And Alexis Candelario has been ambushed here in the 4th. And that'll bring up Stuart Levy. Levy Grounded into a fielder's choice to end the second inning. Jake Skoll had a triple last night, has a single today. They'll throw over to first. Levy in the right-handed batter's box, waits on the offering. Fastball misses up. So Gastonia now with 2 runs and 5 hits, just like the Genomes. As we are back to level terms here at Wild Health Field. Well, maybe my thought about Luis Roman was only delayed by an at-bat, as I thought he would probably hit the ball for some power this afternoon, especially after last night's effort and the fact that he just sees the ball simply better during the daytime at this ballpark. And that's part of the consensus by this team and by much of the league as far as this ballpark is concerned. Great carry to all fields. The problem is if you can see it, because sometimes you can't always pick up the baseball as quickly as you'd like to out of the hands of the pitcher. There is a batter's eye in center field that's actually part of the field of play. However, there are batter's eyes and then there are batter's eyes. You've got some batter's eyes that are going to sit up 50, 60 feet. You've got others that don't. This is one of the lower hanging batter's eyes here in the league. As that pitch catches the outside edge. As the count goes to 1-2. 2-2 ball game here in the top of the 4th inning. Jake Skoll down at first base. As he has a single that backed up back-to-back homers for the Honey Hunters. Moises Sierra holding on the runner at first. Here's the pitch from Candelario. Levy's going to lift that one up and out of play. As the count stays at 1-2. Gastonia now with 142 home runs on the season. That is 5th in the league. They're right in the middle. Candelario has the sign from Rye. Here's the pitch. Levy's going to lift that one. That's going to make its way into the seats. And into the concourse area. And the count stays again at 1-2. Skoll takes his lead down at first. Levy, breaking ball, takes it to even the count at 2-2, and Rye just threw a sinker back to Candelario, just like Levy did in the second inning to Sanabia. Levy waits on the 2-2 from Candelario. Here's the pitch. Skoll's trying to steal the bag. He's going to be tagged out at second by Rosario as Austin Rye gets the easy caught stealing. It was a ball to Levy, which makes it a full count. It'll be a 2-4 caught stealing if you're scoring at home. As Rye put the ball right on the money, and Skoll basically slid directly into the tag from Olmo Rosario. As Levy will lift the ball into the seats over on the third base side. Keeps the count full at 3-2. Levy waits on the pitch, hits it back up the middle, and it's going to be a seeing eye single for Levy. As that ball was just beyond the reach of Gavin Johns as it squirted past Candelario. It's 4 straight hits for Gastonia here in the 4th inning. And that'll bring up Hurley Rodriguez. And Rodriguez now in the 9 spot today. I have no idea whether this is going to be a more permanent solution. It stands to reason that it could very well be, as long as Reese Hampton's hitting the baseball from the top spot. Whatever the case may be, this is part of the flexibility and the dynamic that having either Rodriguez or Hampton has with the 9 spot in the order. Rodriguez swings and misses. If Rodriguez, with his speed, decided to want to push a bunt down from the left-hand side, he would have a pretty easy time of doing it. Luke Becker's about 15, 20 feet off the line. If he's able to keep the ball fair down the third base line, Becker's simply not going to have a play. But because they're running a bit of a pull shift on him, he also has the left-hand side exposed, or the right-hand side exposed. As the count goes to 0-2. As Rodriguez swings and misses. Levy down at first base, 1 down here in the top of the 4th inning. As the offenses are having the better of it so far in this ball game. Levy with a conservative lead at first. Here's the pitch. Rodriguez hits a ball down the right field line. It'll be down for extra bases. Levy's already going toward third. He's going to be held up there by Chuck Stewart, and it's going to be a 5th consecutive hit for Gastonia. As Hurley Rodriguez gets himself a double, and now Gastonia continuing the threat, as that'll bring up Reese Hampton. Gastonia with a pair of homers, a pair of singles, and now a double will send up Reese Hampton, who has 4 hits already in the series. So Austin Rye going to go out and have a conversation with Alexis Candelario. And now Moises Sierra having a conversation with Candelaria as well. Now, the Wild Health Genomes looking into their dugout to see how Mark Minakazi wants to play this scenario. They're going to pinch the infield in. As Becker's going to be even with the bag and off the line at third. Sierra's going to be a step behind the baseline with Reese Hampton at the plate. With 1 down, you would think the contact play would be on as Rye blocks it out in front of home plate on the slider. Now, I'm stating the obvious here, but Stuart Levy's not the fastest man on the Gastonia Honey Hunters roster. However, with the contact play on, that hardly matters. The purpose for the contact play is you want to force the defense to make a play at the plate. If they're not able to do so, they can get an out elsewhere, but you're going to score that run. And in a 2-2 ball game at this juncture, you want as many runs as you can get. Giving Sanabia a lead going into the 4th would be huge, as Hampton's going to tap that one foul behind home plate. You've got Rosario and Johns playing behind the baseline up the middle. But if you're Hampton here and you can somehow get it to Olmo Rosario, Olmo Rosario is a hitter, is a second baseman that's out there for his bat, not particularly his glove. Rosario would be more inclined just to going to first as that pitch cut on and missed. Alex Holderbach last night had a couple scenarios like this, and he just basically took advantage of the geometry. If he hits the ball hard along the ground, there's less reaction time for the infielders. He took advantage of that. He got 2 additional knocks along with the one that he already had and got 2 RBI in the process. Hampton could be well served to do the same thing. As that slider misses inside, the count goes to 2-2. A tie ball game here in the top of the 4th. Gastonia has finally broken through with a couple of runs, but they'd really like to tack on more. They've been teased a couple of times already in this ball game, but now have a legitimate threat of putting up a serious crooked number here in the 4th inning. Hampton rolls that one toward the on-deck circle on the first base side. Levy down at third. Rodriguez at second. And Hampton just trying to hit it sharply somewhere to give Gastonia the lead. Hampton waits in the left-handed batter's box. Here's the pitch from Candelario. Here it comes. Hampton swings on an elevated fastball and he strikes out. And with 2 down in the inning, that'll bring up Jack Reinheimer. As Reinheimer with an opportunity to extend this inning. As Gastonia got back-to-back homers to open up the frame from Castro and Roman. Scholes singled, was cut down trying to steal second. Stuart Levy singled back through the box. And then Hurley Rodriguez doubled as Hampton struck out. Breaking ball taken for strike 1. Reinheimer waits on the 0-1. Here it comes. Another slider. This is outside. So the clouds that were fluffy and light earlier today are starting to become a little more numerous, though not particularly a threat of rain today. As Reinheimer's going to lift the ball to right field, twisting into foul ground, and Paredes is going to watch it go into the picnic area again as that ball is just being pushed around by the wind. So Reinheimer gets a bit of a reprieve there as that ball could have very easily been caught on a normal day, but the wind pushed it foul. And Reinheimer will get back into the box down to a 1-2 count. Candelario, breaking ball taken at the edge. Jack Reinheimer did not agree with that call, but that'll end the inning. Gastonia threatens again. They get 2 runs on the board. They've tied it up as we go to the bottom of the 4th here on the Honey Hunters Radio Network. We'll be right back.
GSM Services helps people live better through improved comfort, health, and energy efficiency. GSM Services provides high-quality home and commercial improvement services. They offer services for heating and cooling, energy audits, duct and dryer vent cleaning, attic insulation, crawl space solutions, generators, commercial roofing, and HVAC, indoor air cleaning products, and much, much more. GSM has been taking care of their customers' comfort since 1927. This unmatched experience has led them to build reliable processes to serve you and offer guidance to help you choose the right options for your home and business comfort needs. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSMSince1927.com to talk to someone about the comfort issues you have in your home. GSM is a proud sponsor of your Gastonia Honey Hunters. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSMSince1927.com. Go Honey Hunters!
Since 1927, GSM Services has been the experts for providing services and finding solutions for issues such as heating and cooling, hot, cold, or drafty rooms, high utility bills, nasty crawl spaces, attic insulation, duct and dryer vent cleanings, indoor air quality, and much more. GSM Services, your one-stop shop for all comfort issues in your home. GSM offers 100% satisfaction guaranteed, and right now they're offering a free home energy audit. So if you're having any issues in your home or office, know that you can always trust leaving your comfort to GSM. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSMSince1927.com to talk to someone about any comfort issues you're having in your home. GSM is a proud sponsor of your Gastonia Honey Hunters.
Bottom of the fourth inning. Tie ball game, 2-2 as Gastonia got back-to-back homers from Luis Castro and Luis Roman. They got 5 hits in the inning total. Again, teased for a bigger number, just couldn't come through with it. It's Alex Sanabia. First pitch misses down to Moises Sierra. Alexis Candelario has had the best and the worst of things as Moises Sierra drives the ball through the left side of the infield, a leadoff single to get things started here in the fourth inning. Candelario, the good news for the Wild Health Genomes fans is he's got 7 strikeouts. The bad news is he's given up 7 hits through 4 innings. Felix P.A. will step to the plate. Sierra 2 for 2 in the ballgame. 13 hits in this game already for both clubs, and we're not even through the fourth. Sad ball back to Sanabia. Sanabia steps to Reinheimer. The relay to first. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Right it up. Perfectly done by Sanabia. 1-6-3 double play, and just like that, there's 2 down in the inning. 1-6-3. Sanabia was able to field it downhill. Once he got his feet together, he was able to throw a strike to Reinheimer, and then it was pretty much academic from that point, as Reinheimer was just able to field cleanly, get the ball down to first, and that'll bring up Austin Rye. So Sanabia will wheel and fire. This is inside to Rye. Rye, 1 for 1 in the ball game. He singled to lead off the third inning. That was part of a flurry of 3 consecutive hits for the Genomes, as that pitch misses wide by Sanabia to work the count to 2-0. Those were 3 base hits that weren't particularly hit all that hard. In fact, Rye's hit was probably the circumstances the ball is caught by Jack Reinheimer. We'll talk more about that the next time that Rye comes up to the plate. So we've played 4 innings here in Lexington, tied at 2 on the Honey Hunters Radio Network. We'll be right back.
Being first, the beginning of the line. So many people work so hard to be number 1. But at Caramont Health, you don't have to struggle to be first. We prioritize you. Our award-winning teams use advanced treatments to serve you. We deliver the compassion and quality you deserve, always growing, building, and innovating for your care, your health, your life. Caramont Health. Care first.
Whether you're stuck in traffic after a long day at work or working through a 10-game road trip, nothing feels as good as being home. If you're looking to enter the marketplace as a buyer or a seller, Moss Realty has a proven history of results with professionals that operate in the highest spirit of ethical conduct. Let them work for you. Call 704-865-5555 and find out how Moss Realty gets it done. 704-865-5555, Moss Realty.
Online education is better with us. At Belmont Abbey College, we offer quality, affordable online degrees that fit your life and your budget. We're better because with us, our faith foundation drives all we do. We care about every student. We instill every degree with excellence and virtue. Plus, we're local, personal, and ready to help you thrive. Experience the Abbey difference. Get the better online degree with Belmont Abbey College. Register today, and you can win dinner for two on us. Visit GoHoneyHunters.com/Belmont Abbey to learn more.
Ladies and gentlemen, as a public service, here's a little vocabulary lesson for all the parents out there. The word is drip. Means cool, trendy, or hip. Where do Honey Hunters fans find their drip? Your fashion destination in the gas house is at the Honey Hunters team store at Caramount Health Park. Put some swag in your bag at the Honey Hunters team store. Hashtag drip season. Seriously, I have no idea what drip season means.
And we go to the fifth inning. Wild Health is going to go to their bullpen. Mark Minakazi making the change, going with Akeem Bostic here to start out the fifth inning. Bostic's numbers, 1-2 record on the season, 5.30 ERA, making his 16th appearance, 18 2/3 innings pitched, 16 hits, 11 runs, all earned, 13 walks, 12 strikeouts, a .239 average against. So he'll face off against Joseph Rosa, Emmanuel Tapia, Luis Castro. Rosa walked in the third inning. He's 0 for 1 officially in the ballgame. Akeem Bostic, right-hander. That ball lifted over the head of Moises Sierra. And Joseph Rosa has himself a base hit, and it's going to get past Paredes. And Paredes is going to kick the ball in right field, and Joseph Rosa is going to get to third. It's going to be a single for Rosa, but it'll also be an error on Paredes that allows Rosa to get to third. Gastonia has an opportunity to take the lead here in the top of the fifth inning. And that'll bring up Emmanuel Tapia with a chance to drive in a run. Alexis Candelario went 4 innings in the ballgame, gave up 7 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He walked 2 and he struck out 7. Tapia fouls it straight back. Akeem Bostic last year spent a brief period of time with the New York Mets. Bostic a 6. And that'll bring up Luis Castro. Castro has a pair of extra base hits in the ball game. He's doubled and he's homered. So now Castro with an opportunity to give Gastonia something they haven't had all day, and that's a lead. Bostic, fastball taken for a strike at 91 miles an hour. Luis Castro came into this game a .281 hitter, has moved his numbers up to .286. As the breaking ball cut on and missed, falls behind 0-2. Gastonia has had many opportunities to get runners on base. They just haven't been able to convert. As Castro swings and misses, and it's back-to-back strikeouts. They've struck out 9 times today, and that'll bring up Luis Roman. They've stranded runners, 2 in the second, 2 in the third, and 2 in the fourth. Already a half dozen runners left on base to end the inning. Roman, last time up, hit a ball into the Pepsi party deck. That slider misses inside.
It doesn't get any more comfortable in the summertime than it is today. It is just a fabulous day.
Roman hit his 15th home run in his last plate appearance. Here's the pitch from Bostic. Taken for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike count with 2 down here in the top of the 5th inning, a 2-2 ball game. And this game being played on the field, very much with a playoff feel to it. This is a Wild Health club that is playing for their playoff lives right now as we speak, as that pitch cut on and missed by Roman. 1-2 the count. Gastonia is already in the playoffs. However, they don't want to stumble into the playoffs. They want to be driving at 100 miles an hour into the playoffs. Best record in the league that they've owned for quite some time. They just want to make sure they're clicking on all cylinders as they go into the playoffs. As that pitch misses down to even the count at 2-2. Bostic's 2-2, misses outside. The count runs full. Jake Skoll on deck for the Honey Hunters. If Roman can keep the inning alive.
Getting lonely out there at third base. He's been there a while now. He led off the inning with a single, and he legged it all the way to third.
The payoff from Bostic. Here it comes. Roman swings and misses. So Akeem Bostic strikes out the side after giving up the single and the error. Gastonia leaves another runner on. We are halfway through here in Lexington. 2-2 on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Find out where your Honey Hunters are playing all season long at www.gohoneyhunters.com. Ticket information, www.gohoneyhunters.com. You're looking for the latest game day fashion or wanting to bring a group to Caramount Health Park. GoHoneyHunters.com. Your online home for the Gastonia Honey Hunters is GoHoneyHunters.com. That's www.gohoneyhunters.com.
Online.
Folks, do you find yourself lacking confidence in public places? Would you like to earn respect among your peers and be well received socially? I've got just the answer. The Honey Hunters Team Store is your source for all the best looking t-shirts, hats, and accessories for you, your kids, and even your dog. Look good, feel good, fan better. It's always drip season at the Honey Hunters Team Store at Caramount Health Park.
The Gas House Bar and Grill is the place to find a broad palette of menu items that you won't find anywhere else at Caramount Health Park. Burgers? Got it. Pulled pork nachos? Check. How about jerk chicken sandwiches? We got that too. Oh, and fried plantains? Of course we do. The Gas House Bar and Grill is a world tour for the taste buds, nightly at Caramount Health Park. We'll see you at the Gas House Bar and Grill.
Bottom of the 5th inning. Tie ball game. 2-2. Gavin Johns will lead things off for the Genomes here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Alex Sanabia on to pitch his 5th inning of work. Johns had a single his first time up. He would score the second run of the 3rd inning for Wild Health. As Johns tried to bunt his way on, but he bunted the ball twice with his bat inside the batter's box, so the count goes to 0-1. Pair of runs for Wild Health in the bottom of the third inning, followed up by 2 runs immediately from Gastonia in the top of the fourth. That's what we've got going on. Slider. Cut on and missed. 0-2 the count. Yesterday, Gastonia made a transaction. They picked up Kent Kleiman, left-handed pitcher out of Williamsburg, Virginia, who had spent some time earlier this year. It's the slider cut on and missed. Johns is a strikeout victim. There's 1 down in the inning, and that'll take us back to the top of the order for Luke Becker. Kent Kleiman, left-hander, out of Williamsburg, Virginia, played his college baseball at North Carolina State. Was pitching for the Florence Yawls out of Florence, Kentucky. The Florence Yawls out of the Frontier League last year, or were previously known as the Florence Freedom. Sanabia's pitch taken on the inner third for strike 1. Becker 1 for 2 in the ball game. Singled in the third inning.
Becker looking to up that average, 297 batting average. The pitch.
Breaking ball, Becker chops it foul. Works the count to 1-2. Let's take a station ID right now on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Your home for Honey Hunters baseball, AM 1450 and 101.1 FM, WGNC, Gastonia, Charlotte.
Sanabia, the pitch. Becker lifts it out to center field. Hurley Rodriguez got turned around and he lost the ball. Becker's going to get into second base. Hurley Rodriguez got turned around. The wind knocked it down a little bit in front of him. So it looks like that's going to be a double for Becker. And that'll bring up Olmo Rosario. It's Rodriguez. His initial move was back. Then he tried to twist as the wind continued to knock it down. And by the time it was all said and done, the ball was in front of Rodriguez, trying to play it on a short hop, and Becker getting into second. So they'll check down to second to see if Rosario committed, and they say, in fact, he did. And Olmo Rosario chuckling as he steps out of the box, thinking there was no way that he committed on the swing. Again, that was Marvin King slated near the second base bag, so apparently he saw something that indicated that that was, in fact, a committed swing. So the pitch is going to be lifted out of play to work the count to 0-2. And basically the rule of thumb for an umpire slotted like that in that situation is you look for the back of the bat. If you can see the back of the bat starting at the end of the bat where the Pro Cup is typically, then it stands to reason that he went far enough to consider it a committed swing. As Rosario's going to lift that one up into the seats just to the right of my vantage point here in the press box. Sanabia looks in for the sign from Levy. Becker, with 1 out, takes his lead down at second. Rosario's going to lift that one up and over the rooftop. Though this ballpark doesn't look anything like what some of you might have remembered Sims Park to look like, the ball will just as easily get beyond the rooftop here and out into the parking lot, much like it did at Sims Park. It's the breaking ball. Catches the edge for strike 3. Rosario strikes out looking. 2 down in the inning. That brings up Jimmy Paredes. According to my unofficial numbers, that's 4 strikeouts for Sanabia. Jimmy Paredes will step to the plate. He had an RBI ground out last time up to tie the game at 2 apiece. Or correction, that was actually the first run that was scored on the RBI ground out. Reinheimer looking up into the tough sky, makes the catch to retire the side. It's a Becker's double. Doesn't have any fruit to it. So we go to the 6th inning. Tied at 2 on the Honey Hunters Radio Network. We'll be right back.
Being first, the beginning of the line. So many people work so hard to be number 1. But at Caramont Health, you don't have to struggle to be first. We prioritize you. Our award-winning teams use advanced treatments to serve you. We deliver the compassion and quality you deserve, always growing, building, and innovating for your care, your health, your life. Caramont Health. Care first.
The Gas House Bar and Grill is the place to find a broad palette of menu items that you won't find anywhere else at Caramont Health Park. Burgers? Got it. Pulled pork nachos? Check. How about jerk chicken sandwiches? We got that too. Oh, and fried plantains? Of course we do. The Gas House Bar and Grill is a world tour for the taste buds, nightly at Caramont Health Park. We'll see you at the Gas House Bar and Grill.
What could be better this summer than a Honey Hunters baseball season? The crack of the bat, the pop of the mitt, the smell of fresh cut. Hey guys, stop. We have turf here at the ballpark. Let's try this again. The smell of fresh cut. Domino's Pizza. Sold nightly here at Caramont Health Park. The Gastonia Honey Hunters and Domino's Pizza. A winning combination.
Top of the 6th inning, tied at 2. Both clubs with 15 hits combined, a little more than halfway through this ball game. There's been a lot of runners left on base in this contest. Jake Skoll will lead things off in the 6th inning. It'll be Skoll, Levy, and Rodriguez, bottom third of the order against Akeem Bostic. Skoll takes the pitch at the knees for strike 1. So we're about an hour away from the start of action on Staten Island. And Joe Skoll's going to rip a ball out into right center field. PA's going to knock it down, but not before Skoll can get into second. It'll be a double for Jake Skoll. Jake Skoll is 2 for 3 in the ball game. That'll bring up Stuart Levy. Stuart Levy will step to the plate, singled his last time up. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. Gastonia had 10 hits last night total. They've got 9 hits already in this ball game. Is Gastonia getting closer and closer to the number that was set from last year's club? So the Gastonia Honey Hunters of 2021 had 59 games out of 120 where they had 10-plus base hits. As Levy's going to foul the pitch back to the screen. I stopped counting at 52. I'm going to have to revise my numbers to see where exactly we stand. I think that's 52 for the Gastonia Honey Hunters in this season, but I'm not entirely certain. As Levy takes the fastball in tight. Gastonia responded with back-to-back homers in the 4th inning after Wild Health got on the board in the bottom of the 3rd. 2-2 ball game. Levy back in the box. Bostic delivers. Levy's going to lift that pitch foul and out of play. Yesterday, the breeze here at the ballpark was coming in from the hitter. So Keem Bostic has 4 punch-outs in the ball game, and that's 11 total for the Genomes. So that'll bring up Hurley Rodriguez. Rodriguez doubled into the right field corner his last time up. Bostic will step off. CC's Skull encroaching closer and closer toward third base. A little bit bolder lead as this at bat grows. Rodriguez, left-handed batter, waits in the box. As that pitch is going to get away from Austin Rye, and Jake Skull's going to get down to third on the wild pitch. So Keem Bostic keeping an eye on Skull, so much in fact where maybe he lost his bearings in throwing the pitch to Rodriguez, as he missed pretty badly. Rye was not able to get back up to his upright position to receive the throw from Bostic, and it goes to the backstop, and now Skull down at third with 1 out. Here in the 6th, as Rodriguez fouls the pitch straight back. The Genomes have the infield pinched in. It seems like they've been playing about half of this ball game with the infield pinched in. And Gastonia has really been unable to do anything to make it matter. Bostic sets. Here's the pitch. Misses high. It's the count now 3-1 to Hurley Rodriguez. Skull let off the frame with a double, reached third on a wild pitch. That was after Levy struck out. Fastball misses up. Rodriguez draws the walk. And Reese Hampton will step to the plate. Hampton in the 4th inning had an opportunity to drive home some runs, as Gastonia had strung together 5 consecutive hits in that 4th inning. But Hampton struck out, as did Reinheimer. And the inning, though promising, only yielded the 2 runs off the back-to-back homers. Bostic, fastball misses up as Bostic into his 2nd inning of work. Seems to be struggling a tad. This was his 16th appearance, only throwing 18 2/3 innings. So the 2nd inning could become a bit of a bugaboo for Bostic. Maybe Gastonia can take advantage here. As the pitch misses up, as Bostic just simply seems to have some trouble getting down the hill now.
When he misses, it's like he's trying to overthrow it a little bit, and the ball sails on him and ends up in that high and outside position. It's been there 3 or 4 times here. 2-0 on this count.
Rodriguez being held on by Sierra over at first. As Hampton's going to lift the pitch foul over the rooftop. There is some stirring down in the Wild Health bullpen, but I don't see any throwing per se going on at the moment. Skull down at third, Rodriguez at first. Fastball misses up, and now the count 3-1. This Bostic seems to just not be driving down the hill as far, and so therefore not able to leverage his arm into the slot to throw strikes. Usually that's one of the first signs of fatigue. You're just simply not extending your body plateward. So 3-1. Hampton Hits it out into right center field. Scholl's going to tag up. Paredes will make the catch. He'll go to second, and Gastonia has a 3-2 lead. So a productive at bat for Reese Hampton, drives home a run. It's his 41st RBI of the season. And with 2 down, Scholl scores. Gastonia takes their first lead of the ball game. Rodriguez holds at first. So Gastonia finally able to come through with a runner in scoring position as they drive him home on that sacrifice fly.
Jack Reinheimer, the shortstop. Jack's had a rough go of it today. 3 Ks.
It's Reinheimer trying to change his fortunes here in the 6th inning. So he's got an offer. It's Rodriguez will scamper back to first. Moises Sierra fielded the baseball, and then it looked like he laid his head on the bag as if it was a pillow.
Lay down there and keep the ball on the runner Rodriguez.
Bostic delivers. Reinheimer lifts it high into the shallow left center field. Johns was retreating quickly, but the wind held it up. He'll make the catch about 4 steps beyond the brown turf here at Wild Health Field. Gastonia gets a run. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 3-2 Gastonia lead. We'll be back in just a moment.
If coming to a Honey Hunters game is good, then coming to a game as a group is better. If you're a school, church, or civic organization looking for a great time together, call 704-874-1810 and ask about a group package. The number again is 704-874-1810. Ask about our picnic options that include hot dogs, sliders, and pulled pork. 704-874-1810. Honey Hunters Baseball. Better with friends.
Don't miss out on all the action at Caramont Health Park this summer. Get your tickets for every Honey Hunters home game by calling 704-874-1810 or log on to www.gohoneyhunters.com/tickets to reserve your spot this season. That number again, 704-874-1810. Gastonia Honey Hunters Baseball, 704-874-1810.
Online education is better with us. At Belmont Abbey College, we offer quality, affordable online degrees that fit your life and your budget. We're better because with us, our faith foundation drives all we do. We care about every student. We instill every degree with excellence and virtue. Plus, we're local, personal, and ready to help you thrive. Experience the Abbey difference. Get the better online degree with Belmont Abbey College. Register today, and you could win dinner for 2 on us. Visit gohoneyhunters.com/Belmont Abbey to learn more.
Bottom of the 6th inning. So we'll have a pinch hitter to lead off the 6th inning. Chris Davis, the designated hitter, his day is over since Mark Minakazi pulled Alexis Candelario after 4 innings. You've got to go to the requisite 5 to maintain the designated hitter. Sanabia will face Clayton Melbauer. Melbauer, the pinch hitter. The day for Bostic is over. Melbauer, slider, misses outside to even the count at 1-1.
How far was that first pitch? Lifted Chris Davis because they took the pitcher out before the 5th inning.
It's the slider cut on and missed. Clayton Melbauer got a couple of starts over the weekend at Caramont Health Park at third base. As the fastball misses up, evens the count at 2-2. Melbauer, a .216 hitter, 4 homers, 20 RBI. So he's getting the pinch hit bid here for Mark Minakazi. Slider, cut on and missed. And there's one down in the 6th. 5th strikeout for Sanabia on the day. That brings up Chris Shaw. Folks, the decision to buy or sell your home is a lifetime decision. It's one you'll always remember. Moss Realty makes your experience pleasant, hassle-free, with no hoops to jump through. Moss Realty can do that for you, and they've done so for more than 20 years. Give them a call. Like literally, right now, you can call them at this moment. 704-865-5555. Or you can log on to mossrealty.com as the pitch to Chris Shaw. A breaking ball taken for a strike. That number again, 704-865-5555. Sanabia, fastball elevated, 90 miles an hour, cut on a miss by Shaw. Gastonia has out-hit the Genomes 9-7 in this ball game. So the fastball misses in tight. Sanabia reached back for a little extra there, going 92 miles an hour. For those of you that didn't tune in last night, John Anderson got his 13th win of the season. Went 5 2/3 innings pitched, gave up a run and 4 hits. That ball's going to be dribbled out to Rosa. Rosa will field it, flips it over to Tapia, and there's 2 down. That'll bring up Moises Sierra. Sierra is 2 for 2 in the ball game, a pair of singles. John Anderson yesterday was also named the Atlantic League's co-pitcher of the month. Left-hander for Gastonia shares the award with another left-hander from Southern Maryland, Mitch Lamson. Breaking ball taken for a strike to Sierra. Mitch Lamson has been effective all year, and he's been very less than kind to the Gastonia Honey Hunters. Sierra drives the ball out to left center field. That ball's going to be up, and it's going to be gone. As a hanging breaking ball from Sanabia gets lifted out of the yard, and Moises Sierra ties the game up at 3 apiece. So Moises Sierra hits his 7th home run of the season. He's 3 for 3 in the ball game, and that ties it up at 3 apiece for Felix PA. Sanabia misses with his first offering. Sanabia spun the ball to Sierra and hung it out over the middle of the plate, and Sierra drove the ball over the Lexington Clinic orthopedic sign. Here's the pitch to PA, and PA loses the bat, and it goes into the concourse area. I mean, somebody ordered a nacho with jalapeno and ended up with a Louisville Slugger instead. Again, there's no netting here beyond the dugouts. And that ball wrapped around the netting. And a gentleman is actually bringing the bat. He was probably third in line in the concession stand, and all of a sudden decided to bring the bat back onto the field because he understands that's probably where it belongs. Here's the pitch from Sanabia. Lifted into center field. Rodriguez has a beat on it. come on to make the catch, and we are 6 complete here in Lexington. A 3-3 ball game here on the Honey Hunters Radio Network. We'll be back in just a bit.
GSM Services helps people live better through improved comfort, health, and energy efficiency. GSM Services provides high-quality home and commercial improvement services. They offer services for heating and cooling, energy audits, duct and dryer vent cleaning, attic insulation, crawl space solutions, generators, commercial roofing, and HVAC, indoor air cleaning products, and much, much more. GSM has been taking care of their customers' comfort since 1927. This unmatched experience has led them to build reliable processes to serve you and offer guidance to help you choose the right options for your home business comfort needs. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSMsince1927.com to talk to someone about the comfort issues you have in your home. GSM is a proud sponsor of your Gastonia Honey Hunters. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSMsince1927.com. Go Honey Hunters! Folks, do you find yourself lacking confidence in public places? Would you like to earn respect among your peers and be well received socially? I've got just the answer. The Honey Hunters Team Store is your source for all the best looking t-shirts, hats, and accessories for you, your kids, and even your dog. Look good, feel good, fan better. It's always drip season at the Honey Hunters Team Store at Caramont Health Park. Where do honey?
Being first, the beginning of the line. So many people work so hard to be number one. But at Caramont Health, you don't have to struggle to be first. We prioritize you. Our award-winning teams use advanced treatments to serve you. We deliver the compassion and quality you deserve, always growing, building, and innovating for your care, your health, your life. Caramont Health. Care first.
Your online home for the Gastonia Honey Hunters is www.gohoneyhunters.com. Stats, standing stories, and more at gohoneyhunters.com. That's www.gohoneyhunters.com. Find out where you're.
Top of the 7th inning, a 3-3 ball game as Jamie Callahan comes on to pitch for the Wild Health Genomes. It's Callahan, another former Gastonia Honey Hunters pitcher. Comes in with a 1-0 record, a 1.29 ERA, making his 8th appearance. 7 innings pitched, 5 hits, allowed 1 run. It was earned. He's walked 3, struck out 6, a .217 average against. It's Gastonia. In a 3-3 ball game, Joseph Rosa will lead things off here in the 7th inning. 3 runs on 9 hits, 2 errors for Gastonia, 3-8-1 for the Genomes. Callahan, 28 years old, celebrated a birthday just a couple weeks ago out of Florence, South Carolina. Not too far away from Gastonia. As Callahan misses with the first offering. Jamie Callahan in 2012 was the Gatorade South Carolina Baseball Player of the Year. The pitch to Rosa misses inside. Count goes to 2-0. 2014, he played with the Greenville Drive in the Boston Red Sox organization, which is interesting because his battery mate, Austin Rye, was also a member of the Greenville Drive at one point. So that pitch misses inside. Callahan would ultimately make his major league debut with the New York Mets. It's the pitch taken for a strike down the middle to work the count to 3-1.
So Jamie Callahan in to do some business here for the Genomes, hopefully to put a stop on the offense of the Honey Hunters.
Zerosa dribbles it out to Sierra. Sierra's going to try to feed Callahan at the bag, does so. And there's one down in the 7th. And that'll bring up Emmanuel Tapia.
That'll bring up Emmanuel Tapia, and he struck out 2 of the 3 times he's come to the plate.
Folks, don't forget every Sunday is a Sun Drop Sunday here at Caramont Health Park. Bring the kids to the ballpark and enjoy an afternoon of Honey Hunters action. Get your tickets now by logging on to www.gohoneyhunters.com. And now we've got a gaggle of Genomes making their way out to the mound. Eli Villanueva coming out, along with Mark Minakazi. They're actually taking a look at Callahan, what looks to be his right shoulder maybe. So Callahan, after recording the out and coming back to the mound, was received by the athletic training staff here with the Genomes, as well as the coaching staff. Eli Villanueva, of course, pitched on Friday night for the Wild Health Genomes at Caramont Health Park. He'll get the start tomorrow night against Ian McKinney. That'll be a matchup of the 2 starters from Friday night's game. Villanueva went 8 innings in the contest for Wild Health. As Callahan is throwing, so it must not be anything with his shoulder, or certainly we wouldn't suspect that he would be throwing. So maybe it was something around the neck area. So Callahan has already thrown 3 warm-up tosses. And this might be it. So I don't know that Callahan's going to continue on. So it looks like we're going to have a left-hander come on. And with that said, that left-hander will have as much time as he needs to pitch or to get ready. So we're going to take a timeout here at Wild Health Field. 1 down in the top of the 7th inning, a 3-3 ball game. We'll be back in just a moment on the Honey Hunters Radio Network. Folks, it's been the thrill of a lifetime to bring professional baseball back to the airwaves of Gaston County. As a lifelong supporter of Gastonia baseball, I understood at an early age how important it was to hear the game when I couldn't be at the game. And with the advent of internet streaming now, Gastonia Honey Hunters games have even more import within the community. It also provides a great opportunity to get your message out to the Gaston County community. If advertising with the Honey Hunters is something that interests you, give me a call at 704-874-1810 and inquire about advertising with the Gastonia Honey Hunters. The number again, 704-874-1810. The Honey Hunters Radio Network, your hometown team. Thank you for supporting Gastonia baseball.
Being first, the beginning of the line. So many people work so hard to be number 1. But at Caramont Health, you don't have to struggle to be first. We prioritize you. Our award-winning teams use advanced treatments to serve you. We deliver the compassion and quality you deserve, always growing, building, and innovating for your care, your health, your life. Caramont Health. Care first.
What could be better this summer than a Honey Hunters baseball season? The crack of the bat, the pop of the mitt, the smell of fresh cut. Hey guys, stop. We have turf here at the ballpark. Let's try this again. The smell of fresh cut. Domino's Pizza. Sold nightly here at Caramont Health Park. The Gastonia Honey Hunters and Domino's Pizza. A winning combination.
Whether you're stuck in traffic after a long day at work or working through a 10-game road trip, nothing feels as good as being home. If you're looking to enter the marketplace as a buyer or a seller, Moss Realty has a proven history of results with professionals that operate in the highest spirit of ethical conduct. Let them work for you. Call 704-865-5555 and find out how Moss Realty gets it done. 704-865-5555, Moss Realty.
All right, folks, we're back here at Wild Health Field, top of the 7th inning. As Wild Health now goes not to a left-hander, but to a right-hander, as Nate Peden will get the baseball from Mark Minikazi, as Jamie Callahan was lifted in an injury scenario. Peden was given as much time, or is given as much time as he needs to get ready to face off against the Gastonia Honey Hunters. Peden, 23 years old. He will turn 24 in the middle of October. It's Peden, out of Orlando, Florida, a 13th round draft pick by the New York Mets back in 2017. Or he would ultimately get to Kingsport of the Appalachian League. Then he was signed by the Milwaukee Brewers organization, where he got up to the A-ball level, as Emmanuel Tapia will foul the pitch back to the Sweets area, just to my left. And the Brewers, Cheney pitched for the Carolina Mudcats, which the Carolina Mudcats, formerly of the Carolina League, now a lower level of A-ball. It's the count evens at 1-1 Right-hander Peden. Fastball misses outside. Peden on Sunday went 2 2/3 innings to earn the win in the 5-4 finale against the Honey Hunters. It's Peden's offering, misses down. Now the count goes to 3-1. A 3-3 ball game here in the top of the 7th inning. So glad that you've joined with us this afternoon. As Emmanuel Tapia is going to walk. It's the first batter faced by Nate Peden. And that'll bring up Luis Castro. Castro 2 for 3 in the ball game, does have a double and a home run. Tapia takes the lead. Sierra holding him on over at first. Breaking ball. Castro lifts it down the left field line, and it's going to be a foul ball. As Castro got through the baseball well, but hooked it just a little bit too much. As the ball got down into the corner, and I was only able to see the home plate umpire, Darnell Ray, throw up his hands for a foul ball.
I wouldn't be shocked if either team from henceforth is running everybody all the time here, trying to get the go-ahead run in.
As Tapia takes his lead over at first. An 0-1 count. As the breaking ball misses outside. Wild Health got the 2-0 lead in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Gastonia would answer with back-to-back home runs from Castro and Roman to tie it up at 2 apiece. Then they would answer each other in the 6th inning with single runs. As Castro hits it high and deep, but way foul. If you elevate a pitch to either corner, the wind is going to do a very good job of pushing it foul. We've seen that numerous occasions this afternoon.
His home run was a towering shot that bounced right off the tip of the pylon out there behind the bullpen. There's a ball hit.
It's Castro. Drives the ball out to right field. Paredes near the corner will make the catch on the track. And Tapia will retreat back to first. As Castro hit it hard, but the wind knocked it toward the corner, and Paredes was able to make the catch, and that'll bring up Luis Roman. So Roman lifts the first pitch foul up and out of play. Roman has one hit in the series, but it was a big one, as it was the second of the back-to-back home runs to tie the game up at 2. He walked in the second inning, struck out in the 5th. The pitch from Peden misses outside. Even the count at 1-1. Peden started the year with the Wild Health Genomes. Was traded to the Dirty Birds. We saw him there our last time in Charleston. As Roman's going to dribble that one toward the third base dugout. The Wild Health Genomes made their way to Caremont Health Park. I'm looking at the roster, and I noticed that Nate Peden was on the roster, and I'm like, okay, apparently I've gotten the wrong roster. I need help. Apparently I may need help, but it was the right roster, as he was on his second tour with the Genomes. Tapia's going to go on the pitch to breaking ball outside, and Emmanuel Tapia's got his 7th steal of the season. So now Tapia in scoring position as the count evens at 2-2. So Tapia down at second now, with Roman an opportunity to do something about this tie game here in the top of the 7th. Roman back in the box. Misses outside. The count runs full. Nate Peden looks in for the sign from Austin Rye as Tapia takes his lead at second. And Peden now can't get something that he likes. They'll reset the signals. Peden delivers. Breaking ball misses outside. Roman draws the walk. Second walk for Peden in the inning. And that'll bring up Jake Skull. Jake Skull had a double his last time up. He would score what at the moment was the go-ahead run for Gastonia. That run mitigated immediately by the solo shot from Moises Sierra in the 6th inning. So Tapia at second, Roman at first. Here's the pitch to Skull. Skull drives it out into center field. PA drifts toward the mustache, will make the catch to retire the side. Gastonia leaves a couple of runners on. We go to the stretch. Tied at 3 on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Looking for a new career? Want to make an upwards of $40,000 a year? Want to work a schedule that fits your lifestyle? Want to do it all from the front seat of your car? I thought I had your attention. Domino's is hiring. If you want to cash in on a new opportunity, log on to jobs.dominoes.com. That's jobs.dominoes.com.
If coming to a Honey Hunters game is good, then coming to a game as a group is better. If you're a school, church, or civic organization looking for a great time together, call 704-874-1810 and ask about a group package. The number again is 704-874-1810. Ask about our picnic options that include hot dogs, sliders, and pulled pork. 704-874-1810. Honey Hunters Baseball. Better with friends.
GSM Services helps people live better through improved comfort, health, and energy efficiency. GSM Services provides high-quality home and commercial improvement services. They offer services for heating and cooling, energy audits, duct and dryer vent cleaning, attic insulation, crawl space solutions, generators, commercial roofing, and HVAC, indoor air cleaning products, and much, much more. GSM has been taking care of their customers' comfort since 1927. This unmatched experience has led them to build reliable processes to serve you and offer guidance to help you choose the right options for your home business comfort needs. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSMSince1927.com to talk to someone about the comfort issues you have in your home. GSM is a proud sponsor of your Gastonia Honey Hunters. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSMSince1927.com. Go Honey Hunters! The Gas House Bar and Grill is the place to find a broad palette of menu items that you won't find anywhere else at Caramont Health Park. Burgers? Got it. Pulled pork nachos? Check. How about jerk chicken sandwiches? We got that too. Oh, and fried plantains? Of course we do. The Gas House Bar and Grill is a world tour for the taste buds, nightly at Caramont Health Park. We'll see you at the Gas House Bar and Grill.
Bottom of the seventh inning, Alex Sanabia's day is done. We'll give you the numbers for him in just a moment, but Tim Naughton is on to pitch for the Gastonia Honey Hunters. He'll face off against Austin Rye, Gavin Johns, and Luke Becker. So Naughton takes his first pitch, a 92-mile-an-hour fastball for a strike. Tim Naughton, 0-1 record on the year, 4.76 ERA, has thrown 17 innings so far for Gastonia. As the fastball misses down. In those 17 innings, 17 hits, 10 runs, 9 of them earned. He's walked 8, struck out 25, a 258 average against. Of course, Naughton pitched for North Carolina State just like our newly signed left-hander, Kent Kleiman, pitched at North Carolina State. Rye is going to push that one foul to the right side, out of play. That lands just over the mattressoverstock.com sign. Is Rye in the ball game, 1 for 2. He's singled to third and he's lined out to short. As Rye dealing with a pull shift. Is that breaking ball? He's going to get himself another base hit going the opposite way. So Austin Rye, 2 for 3 in the ball game. And both clubs now have 9 hits in the ball games. That brings up Gavin Johns. Johns, 2 hits in last night's ball game. He's 1 for 2 today. Tapia holds on Rye over at first. It's Gavin Johns attempted the bunt, so he falls behind 0-1. Naughton has a very good arm. Very good fastball with a lot of life to it, and a slider that has a lot of break. As Naughton looks in for the sign from Levy. Fastball misses outside. Of course, the battery of Stuart Levy and Tim Naughton both saw time in the Baltimore Orioles organization. Both Levy and Naughton getting to AAA ball. Here's the pitch. Gavin Johns bunts it. Tapia fields it, gets it to Rosa, and they'll call him safe. So we'll wait on the scoring. So now there's runners at first and second with nobody out. As Luke Becker will step to the plate here in the bottom of the 7th inning. So it's going to be a sacrifice for Gavin Johns. Error on Tapia with the throw pulling Rosa off the bag. And that's the 3rd error for Gastonia in the ballgame. And now Luke Becker's going to try to push a bunt to the third base side, but he pushes it foul. A 3-3 ball game in the bottom of the 7th inning. And this game has been played by Wild Health in a way that's very similar to what you would see out of a typical playoff game, which for them, that's exactly what it is. Naughton, slider, bunted into the seats over on the left side. Count 0-2. So Austin Rye down at second, Gavin Johns at first. Naughton, here's the delivery. Becker's going to shoot that one into the seats. For the Hardy Souls that are still here this afternoon, it's just an absolutely comfortable day here at Wild Health Field. I don't think it got to 80 degrees today. A little bit of a breeze at the ballpark, circling around the seats. Naughton misses inside. The slider, 86 miles an hour, almost got a piece of Becker. Just a few minutes away from getting things started at Staten Island between the Blue Crabs and the Ferry Hawks. Here's the 1-2 from Naughton. Fastball cut on and missed. Becker strikes out. That'll bring up Olmo Rosario. The numbers for Alex Sanabia, 6 innings, gave up 8 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned. He walked nobody, he struck out 5. It's Olmo Rosario. Will step to the plate with 1 down here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Rosario, slider from Naughton, taken for a strike. Tim Naughton, of course, a North Carolina native from Goldsboro. That's out toward the eastern part of the state, almost to the coast. It's the fastball elevated at 94, misses high to even the count at 1-1. Rye takes his lead down at second. Johns is at first. As Rosario fouls it back to the screen, the count goes to 1-2. A 3-3 ball game here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Gastonia trying to win this afternoon to guarantee a series win against the Genomes here in their final trip to Lexington in the regular season. It's the fastball. Got a piece of Rosario's bat. Here's the pitch from Naughton. Slider catches the inner third, and Rosario strikes out looking. That's the 3rd time that he struck out looking in this ball game. That'll bring up Jimmy Paredes. Paredes 0 for 3 in the ball game, does have an RBI on the day. Tim Naughton, after allowing a base hit to Austin Ryan, watching the bunt play get bungled a little bit, is going to try to see if he can take Wild Health away from an opportunity to score. Tapia fields it on the first base side, touches the bag, and that'll retire the side. Tim Naughton works out of the trouble. We go to the 8th, tied at 3 on the Honey Hunters Radio Network. We'll be right back. Folks, it's been the thrill of a lifetime to bring professional baseball back to the airwaves of Gaston County. As a lifelong supporter of Gastonia baseball, I understood at an early age how important it was to hear the game when I couldn't be at the game. And with the advent of internet streaming now, Gastonia Honey Hunters games have even more import within the community. It also provides a great opportunity to get your message out to the Gaston County community. If advertising with the Honey Hunters is something that interests you, give me a call at 704-874-1810 and inquire about advertising with the Gastonia Honey Hunters. The number again, 704-874-1810. The Honey Hunters Radio Network, your hometown team. Thank you for supporting Gastonia baseball.
Online education is better with us. At Belmont Abbey College, we offer quality, affordable online degrees that fit your life and your budget. We're better because with us, our faith foundation drives all we do. We care about every student. We instill every degree with excellence and virtue. Plus, we're local, personal, and ready to help you thrive. Experience the Abbey difference. Get the better online degree with Belmont Abbey College. Register today, and you can win dinner for 2 on us. Visit GoHoneyHunters.com/Belmont Abbey to learn more.
The Gas House Bar and Grill is the place to find a broad palette of menu items that you won't find anywhere else at Caramont Health Park. Burgers? Got it. Pulled pork nachos? Check. How about jerk chicken sandwiches? We got that too. Oh, and fried plantains? Of course we do. The Gas House Bar and Grill is a world tour for the taste buds, nightly at Caramont Health Park. We'll see you at the Gas House Bar and Grill. Get social with your favorite baseball team at Go Honey Hunters on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. That's at Go Honey Hunters on all of our social media platforms. Your home for Gastonia Honey Hunters baseball. AM 1450, 101.1 FM, and streaming on the TuneIn app. WGNC. Your home for
Genomes. It's going to be number 17.
Top of the 8th inning, Jack Weinberger on to pitch for the Wild Health Genomes. So Weinberger took the loss on Saturday night's game. As Weinberger comes into this contest, 2-4 record on the year. 3.91 ERA, making his 43rd appearance as he'll face off against Stuart Levy. Hurley Rodriguez. And Weinberger out of the state of New Hampshire. As Rodriguez is going to try to bunt his way on, and Rye can't get to it. That ball held up a little bit, but Rye was not able to track it initially and then couldn't reach out to grab it. So Levy down at first base, held on by Moises Sierra. It's Rodriguez here in the top of the 8th inning. Took 2 stabs at trying to move Levy over to second. Has their 10th hit of the day. So Gastonia has left 10 runners on in this ball game. Reese Hampton did convert a runner in scoring position earlier in the game when they had a fly ball toward the corner. As Reese Hampton can't come away with the bunt, and now the ball is going to get out into center field. Levy's going to get to third. As Hampton couldn't lay the bunt down, Rye tried to throw behind Levy. It hit Levy in the shoe, went out into center field, and Rye's going to be charged with the throwing error that moves Levy over to third. So now with runners at the corners, a couple of things we'll see here. I don't really see that Reese Hampton will be bunting any longer. And with the defense pinched in, we could see Rodriguez try to steal second at some point. Hampton swings and misses, falls behind 0-2. Misses. Hurley Rodriguez gets the stolen base. Misses. Hurley Rodriguez gets the stolen base. So Gastonia stays out of the ground ball double play possibility. And with the count now at 1-2, Hampton can again use geometry in his favor and just deflect the ball past the drawn-in infield. Here's the pitch. Hampton swings and misses. Weinberger gets the punch out. And that'll bring up Jack Reinheimer. Reinheimer 0 for 4 in the ball game. However, a deep enough fly ball in this situation, he has a real possibility of bringing home Stuart Levy. But let's be honest, we're all hoping that he rattles the ball down into one of the corners and gets a 2 RBI extra base hit. As the pitch from Weinberger misses inside. And now the trifecta of doubleheader games begin first in Staten Island. Southern Maryland and Staten Island underway with a pair of 7-inning ball games. The 1-0, Reinheimer's going to get a piece of it to even the count at 1-1. So it'll be Staten Island and Southern Maryland playing a pair of games starting now. York and Long Island will begin at 5 o'clock. Lexington and Charleston begin their doubleheader at 5:35. The 1-1 to Reinheimer. Reinheimer swings and misses, falls behind 1-2. And you would think this is a scenario here to where Gastonia almost has to get on the board with something. Just something to get ahead in this ball game. The pitch from Weinberger. Slider worked inside, and Reinheimer couldn't hold up. Swings through it, and there's 2 down in the inning. That'll bring up Joseph Rosa. So Joseph Rosa, 1 for 3 in the game officially, will be the two-out hope for Gastonia here in this 8th inning that started out so positively. Stuart Levy was hit by a pitch to open the inning, and then Hurley Rodriguez, after trying to bunt Levy over, actually got a base knock. It's the breaking ball from Weinberger taken on the outside edge for strike 1. Back-to-back strikeouts by Hampton and Reinheimer have put us in the spot that we're in right now, as we are close to 3 hours complete in this ball game.
Ready to go here as Weinberger works from the stretch. The pitch.
Rosa dribbles the ball back up the middle. Rosario throws, not going to be in time. It's going to go over the head of Sierra. It's going to be a base hit for Rosa, and they're going to give an error on the throw from Rosario as Rosa will get down to second. Hurley Rodriguez scores, and Gastonia breaks through. So Rosa's going to get credit for an RBI on the single. He'll get to second on the throwing error from Rosario. He will not get credit for a second RBI as Rodriguez scores. So now Emmanuel Tapia will step to the plate with a runner in scoring position. Tapia waits on the pitch from Weinberger. It's a breaking ball, taken for a strike. So Gastonia will now get their bullpen going, now that they have the 2-run advantage. Tapia drives the ball to left center field. Rosa's going to score easily. And Emmanuel Tapia breaks through as Gastonia has doubled up Wild Health 6-3. For Tapia, that's RBI number 66 on the year, and it's 6-3 in favor of Gastonia. And that'll bring up Luis Castro. Sam Bordner is the pitcher in the bullpen for Gastonia.
6 runs, 12 hits, 3 errors for the Honey Hunters. The pitch.
Fastball to Castro, taken for a strike at 91 miles an hour. So Rosa comes through with an infield base knock. A second run, and Hurley Rodriguez comes home on the throwing error. And now Emmanuel Tapia drives the ball to left center for an RBI single as Castro takes the breaking ball to fall behind 0-2.
So Castro behind now, no ball, 2 strikes. Castro 2 for 4 in the contest.
Gastonia finally getting a chance to gain some breathing room here against the Genomes here in the top of the 8th inning. As the slider misses outside.
Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes.
It's Gastonia trying to win the second of this 3-game set, guaranteeing a series win with a chance to get the sweep tomorrow. Here's the pitch. Castro lifts it out just behind the second base bag. Johns will make the catch to retire the side. But Gastonia puts a 3 spot on the board at just the right time. They own a 6-3 lead as we go to the bottom of the 8th here on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
GSM Services helps people live better through improved comfort, health, and energy efficiency. GSM Services provides high-quality home and commercial improvement services. They offer services for heating and cooling, energy audits, duct and dryer vent cleaning, attic insulation, crawl space solutions, generators, commercial roofing, and HVAC, indoor air cleaning products, and much, much more. GSM has been taking care of their customers' comfort since 1927. This unmatched experience has led them to build reliable processes to serve you and offer guidance to help you choose the right options for your home business comfort needs. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit gsmsince1927.com to talk to someone about the comfort issues you have in your home. GSM is a proud sponsor of your Gastonia Honey Hunters. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit gsmsince1927.com. Go Honey Hunters!
The Gas House Bar and Grill is the place to find a broad palette of menu items that you won't find anywhere else at Caramont Health Park. Burgers? Got it. Pulled pork nachos? Check. How about jerk chicken sandwiches? We got that too. Oh, and fried plantains? Of course we do. The Gas House Bar and Grill is a world tour for the taste buds, nightly at Caramont Health Park. We'll see you at the Gas House Bar and Grill.
Online education is better with us. At Belmont Abbey College, we offer quality, affordable online degrees that fit your life and your budget. We're better because with us, our faith foundation drives all we do. We care about every student. We instill every degree with excellence and virtue. Plus, we're local, personal, and ready to help you thrive. Experience the Abbey difference. Get the better online degree with Belmont Abbey College. Register today, and you could win dinner for two on us. Visit GoHoneyHunters.com/Belmont Abbey to learn more.
Don't miss out on all the action at Caramont Health Park this summer. Get your tickets for every Honey Hunters home game by calling 704-874-1810 or log on to www.gohoneyhunters.com/tickets to reserve your spot this season. That number again, 704-874-1810. Gastonia Honey Hunters Baseball, 704-874-1810.
Bottom of the eighth inning, Wild Health will use a pinch hitter, Yuri Perez. Will grab a bat for Mark Menikazi's club. He'll face off against Sam Bordner. Last night, Sam Bordner pitched an inning in the eighth. He gave up a base hit, kept the lead at 4-1. Gastonia would ultimately have a 5-1 lead before Balaguer came on. He gave up a run in the bottom of the ninth, but Gastonia got the 5-2 win. Sam bullpen before the fifth. So it'll be Perez, Shaw, and Sierra. Perez last night wore 00. That's what he wears in the black uniforms. In the powder blue, he wears number 18, even though the board at Caramont Health Park said that he wore number 6. Well, 1 out of 3 ain't bad. It's the breaking ball taken for strike 2 to even the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Perez didn't like it. He's going to step far away from the batter's box to adjust his batting gloves. It's Gastonia with the 3 spot in the top of the 8th inning off of Jack Weinberger. Makes it a 6-3 ball game. Bordner's 2-2. That ball's going to be tipped off the mask of Stuart Levy and makes its way into the seats. As Levy takes a look at his mask, number for Gastonia as well as the wild card standings. And then we'll get you ready for tomorrow. As that ball chopped out to Roman. Roman gets rid of it quickly to Tapia. And there's one down. And that'll bring up not the cleanest game defensively today. As Bordner misses down. before we set for the playoffs. Games 1 and 2 at Caramont Health Park. That ball lifted out toward left center field. Hampton comes over, makes the catch, and there's 2 down.
Traffic after a long day at work or working through a 10-game road trip. Nothing feels as good as being home. If you're looking to enter the marketplace as a buyer or a seller, Moss Realty has a proven history of results with professionals that operate in the highest spirit of ethical conduct. Let them work for you. Call 704-865-5555 and find out how Moss Realty gets it done. 704-865-5555, Moss Realty. Ladies and gentlemen, as a public service, here's a little vocabulary lesson for all the parents out there. The word is drip. It means cool, trendy, or hip. Where do Honey Hunters fans find their drip? Your fashion destination in the Gas House is at the Honey Hunters team store at Caramont Health Park. Put some swag in your bag at the Honey Hunters team store. Hashtag drip season. Seriously, I have no idea what drip season means. Since 1927, GSM Services has been the experts for providing services and finding solutions for issues such as heating and cooling, hot, cold, or drafty rooms, high utility bills, nasty crawl spaces, attic insulation, duct and dryer vent cleanings, indoor air quality, and much more. GSM Services, your one-stop shop for all comfort issues in your home. GSM offers 100% satisfaction guaranteed, and right now they're offering a free home energy audit. So if you're having any issues in your home or office, know that you can always trust leaving your comfort to GSM. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSMsince1927.com to talk to someone about any comfort issues you're having in your home. GSM is a proud sponsor of your Gastonia Honey Hunters. The Gas House Bar and Grill is the place to find a broad palette of menu items that you won't find anywhere else at Caramont Health Park. Burgers? Got it. Pulled pork nachos? Check. How about jerk chicken sandwiches? We got that too. Oh, and fried plantains? Of course we do. The Gas House Bar and Grill is a world tour for the taste buds, nightly at Caramont Health Park. We'll see you at the Gas House Bar and Grill.
If coming to a Honey Hunters game is good, then coming to a game as a group is better. If you're a school, church, or civic organization looking for a great time together, call 704-874-1810 and ask about a group package. The number again is 704-874-1810. Ask about our picnic options that include hot dogs, sliders, and pulled pork. 704-874-1810. Honey Hunters Baseball. Better with friends.
Ninth inning here in Lexington. Diahennes Almango is on to pitch for Wild Health here in the ninth inning. So they'll face off against Luis Roman to get things started. Almango got the save on Sunday. As Roman fouls the pitch straight back. Almango, a 6'2" right-hander. Spent time at the AAA level, 27 years old. As Roman fouls it out of the mid of Austin Rye. Almango making his 13th appearance for Wild Health. We were here when he made his debut. No record on the year, does have 4 saves, 6.35 ERA, 11 and a third innings, 9 hits, 8 runs, all earned, 8 walks, 9 strikeouts, a .220 average against. So Roman swings and misses, and there's 1 down. That'll bring up Jake Skull. Jake Skoll this afternoon, 2 for 4 in the ball game. Does have a double and a single. Gastonia with the 6-3 advantage here in the 9th inning. Sal Mango takes a little something off the first delivery. Falls behind 1-0. It's Wild Health put 2 on the board in the bottom of the 3rd. Gastonia answered immediately as that ball's going to go off the shoe of Almango. Kick, save, and a beauty. As Almango inadvertently kicked it with his shoe. It knocked out in front of him as he robbed a base hit of Jake Skoll. That'll bring up Stuart Levy. Wild Health in the bottom of the 9th inning. We'll have Felix P.A., Austin Ryan, Gavin Johns batting. Bottom 3rd of the order will be the scheduled hitters for the Genomes. So Levy takes a fastball in tight at 94 miles an hour. Levy is singled in 4 trips to the plate. He's also been hit by a pitch. So he'll roll that one to the left side. Becker fields it, fires it across. And a quick 1-2-3 inning will take us to the bottom of the 9th. Gastonia has a 6-3 lead. They're 3 outs away from claiming the series. We'll tell you about it when we come back on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
What could be better this summer than a Honey Hunters baseball season? The crack of the bat, the pop of the mitt, the smell of fresh cut. Hey guys, stop. We have turf here at the ballpark. Let's try this again. The smell of fresh cut. Domino's Pizza. Sold nightly here at Caramont Health Park. The Gastonia Honey Hunters and Domino's Pizza. A winning combination.
Looking for a new career? Want to make an upwards of $40,000 a year? Want to work a schedule that fits your lifestyle? Want to do it all from the front seat of your car? I thought I had your attention. Domino's is hiring. If you want to cash in on a new opportunity, log on to jobs.domino's.com. That's jobs.domino's.com. Whether you're stuck in traffic after a long day at work or working through a 10-game road trip, nothing feels as good as being home. If you're looking to enter the marketplace as a buyer or a seller, Moss Realty has a proven history of results with professionals that operate in the highest spirit of ethical conduct. Let them work for you. Call 704-865-5555 and find out how Moss Realty gets it done. 704-865-5555, Moss Realty.
Online education is better with us. At Belmont Abbey College, we offer quality, affordable online degrees that fit your life and your budget. We're better because with us, our faith foundation drives all we do. We care about every student. We instill every degree with excellence and virtue. Plus, we're local, personal, and ready to help you thrive. Experience the Abbey difference. Get the better online degree with Belmont Abbey College. Register today and you could win dinner for 2 on us. Visit GoHoneyHunters.com/Belmont Abbey to learn more.
Bottom of the 9th inning. Gastonia brings on Jesus Balaguer, looking for save number 25 on the year. Has an 0-4 record, a 3.44 ERA, making his 54th appearance. 24 saves and 27 opportunities, 52 and a third innings pitched. He's allowed 49 hits, 25 runs, 20 of them earned. He's walked 25 batters. He struck out 66 for a 239 average against. So it'll be Felix P.A., Austin Rye, and Gavin Johns, the scheduled hitters here in the 9th inning. Ninth inning. Gastonia has 38 saves. The only team really even close is Southern Maryland with 35 saves. As Austin Rye will step to the plate. Rye has a couple of hits on the afternoon. Balaguer fastball misses in tight. It's Rye, third base to second. Rosa, the relay to first, not in time. It's going to be a 5-4 fielder's choice. Felix PA is retired. And that'll bring it down. It's Gastonia with a 6-3 lead, 1 out away from picking up win number 81 on the season. And Levy are going to have a conversation between home plate and the pitcher's mound to discuss signs. Darnell Ray went out there with him to confirm that the conversation was not about Rosing 3 times. Balaguer ahead 0-2. Has the sign from Levy, holds at the belt. Here's the pitch. Fastball cut on and missed. And it's hugs, handshakes, and high fives for the Gastonia Honey Hunters as they trim the magic number to 3, beating Wild Health 6-3 this afternoon. We come back. We'll have the postgame show on the Honey Hunters Radio Network. Folks, it's been the thrill of a lifetime to bring professional baseball back to the airwaves of Gaston County. As a lifelong supporter of Gastonia baseball, I understood at an early age how important it was to hear the game when I couldn't be at the game. And with the advent of internet streaming now, Gastonia Honey Hunters games have even more import within the community. It also provides a great opportunity to get your message out to the Gaston County community. If advertising with the Honey Hunters is something that interests you, give me a call at 704-874-1810 and inquire about advertising with the Gastonia Honey Hunters. The number again, 704-874-1810. The Honey Hunters Radio Network, your hometown team. Thank you for supporting Gastonia baseball. GSM Services helps people live better through improved comfort, health, and energy efficiency. GSM Services provides high-quality home and commercial improvement services. They offer services for heating and cooling, energy audits, duct and dryer vent cleaning, attic insulation, crawl space solutions, generators, commercial roofing, and HVAC, indoor air cleaning products, and much, much more. GSM has been taking care of their customers' comfort since 1927. This unmatched experience has led them to build reliable processes to serve you and offer guidance to help you choose the right options for your home business comfort needs. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSMsince1927.com to talk to someone about the comfort issues you have in your home. GSM is a proud sponsor of your Gastonia Honey Hunters. Call 1-800-NEW-COOL or visit GSMsince1927.com. Go Honey Hunters! And we're back here at Wild Health Field. Post-game show on a happy Wednesday. Gastonia gets win number 81 against 41 losses, and more importantly, they grow a game in their lead in the South Division, and they trim the magic number down to 3. So let's take a look at some of the happy numbers. A game that took 3 hours, 27 minutes to complete. Gastonia against the 6-3 win. They had 6 runs on 12 hits, 3 errors. For Wild Health, they had 3 runs, 11 hits, 3 errors in the contest as Tim Naughton picks up the win this afternoon for Gastonia. For Naughton, his record actually goes to 1-1 now on the year. Jack Weinberger takes the loss. He goes to 2-5 on the season, and Jesus Balaguer gets save number 25 on the year. He, for the moment, has the Atlantic League lead with 25 saves on the season. As Gastonia now has an 8.5 game lead over the Wild Health Genomes. Depending upon what happens with Lexington and Charleston tonight, you never know. Could be a situation where Gastonia has all but put this thing to bed in relation to the second half of the South Division, as they could win both halves and force one wild card team to get into the playoffs as we go into the 2022 postseason. What we'll do is we'll take a brief time out here in a moment. We come back, we'll take a look at some of the individual numbers. We'll kind of break down how everything went, and then we'll say goodbye. From Lexington, Kentucky, as Gastonia has already clinched the series win against the Wild Health Genomes. They get a chance for the sweep tomorrow. So we'll be back in just a bit on the Honey Hunters Radio Network.
Being first, the beginning of the line. So many people work so hard to be number one. But at Caramont Health, you don't have to struggle to be first. We prioritize you. Our award-winning teams use advanced treatments to serve you. We deliver the compassion and quality you deserve, always growing, building, and innovating for your care, your health, your life. Caramont Health. Care first.
Folks, do you find yourself lacking confidence in public places? Would you like to earn respect among your peers and be well received socially? I've got just the answer. The Honey Hunters Team Store is your source for all the best looking t-shirts, hats, and accessories for you, your kids, and even your dog. Look good, feel good, fan better. It's always drip season at the Honey Hunters Team Store at Caramont Health Park.
Whether you're stuck in traffic after a long day at work or working through a 10-game road trip, nothing feels as good as being home. If you're looking to enter the marketplace as a buyer or a seller, Moss Realty has a proven history of results with professionals that operate in the highest spirit of ethical conduct. Let them work for you. Call 704-865-5555 and find out how Moss Realty gets it done. 704-865-5555, Moss Realty.
Back here at Wild Health Field, final segment of the post-game show this afternoon as Gastonia wins 6-3. They go back to 40 games over 500. They have their 42nd win on the road this year. Just a phenomenal season so far for this Gastonia Honey Hunters team, especially on the road, as they just seem completely unfazed by unfamiliar environments and not necessarily unfriendly circumstances. Is certainly not a great big crowd today, but it really doesn't seem to matter for the Honey Hunters as they put together a good effort night in and night out on the road as they have an opportunity to get the sweep against the Wild Health Genomes tomorrow evening, as it'll be Ian McKinney that gets the ball against Eli Villanueva, the Atlantic League's leader in strikeouts. So let's take a look at some of how things went down. Of course, in the third inning, the Wild Health Genomes put 2 runs on the board, but Gastonia would respond immediately as they went back-to-back with homers in the fourth inning. Luis Roman. Castro hit his into the bullpen just over the 5-foot-high wall, and then it was Roman that launched his into the Pepsi party deck, tying the game at 2 apiece. In the sixth inning, Jake Skoll would double and would ultimately score on a sacrifice fly from Reese Hampton. That made it a 3-2 ball game. Then Moises Sierra would launch a solo home run to tie the thing at 6. Alex Sanabia got through 6 innings in the contest. Sanabia did not factor in the decision as they handed the ball over to Tim Naughton. Tim Naughton did factor in the decision as he got the win this afternoon as he pitched a clean 7th inning, and Gastonia would rally with 3 runs in the 8th off of Jack Weinberger. As Gastonia got a hit by pitch of Stuart Levy, Early Rodriguez would single to right. Levy would hold up at second. Then there was a throwing error from Austin Rye as he tried to backpick Stuart Levy down at second base. It hit off of Levy's shoe, kicked out into center field. Levy was able to get to third. Rodriguez would steal the bag to second. And then after 2 strikeouts in the 8th inning, Joseph Rosa got an infield hit to score. Levy also scoring on the play because of a throwing error from Olmos Rosario. It was Hurley Rodriguez that made it a 5-3 ball game. With Rosa down at second, Emmanuel Tapia would single to left center field, making it 6-3. And that's where the scoring would end. As Sam Bordner pitched a clean 8th inning, Jesus Balaguer, despite giving up a couple of hits, would pitch a scoreless 9th inning, and Gastonia got the win this afternoon. Individually, Reese Hampton went 1 for 4 with a double and a run driven in. Jack Reinheimer 0 for 5. Joseph Rosa 2 for 4. He had an RBI in the ball game. Emmanuel Tapia had a stolen base and a run driven in. He went 1 for 4 on the day. Luis Castro 2 for 5 with a home run and a double. Luis Roman went 1 for 3. He had a home run as well as a pair of walks. Jake Skull was 2 for 5 with a double this afternoon. Stuart Levy was 1 for 4 as he was hit by a pitch as well, scored a run, and Hurley Rodriguez was 2 for 3, scored a run and stole a base. As Gastonia out-hit Wild Health 12-11, and they did just enough on the offensive end to win 6-3 this afternoon. So tomorrow night, we'll be on the air at 6:20. 6:35 will be the first pitch, as it'll be Ian McKinney facing off against Eli Villanueva. We hope that you'll join us then. So for everybody here at the ballpark, Judith Drake and everybody on the Verge side helping us get the game off the ground on YouTube, want to thank her crew for a great job on the broadcast this afternoon. Want to thank Scott Neisler for manning things back in Gaston County. But we want to thank you for tuning in this afternoon as Gastonia gets the 6-3 win. They go to 81-41 on the season. They own the series win against the Genomes, and they look to get the sweep tomorrow against Wild Health, and we'll be on the air at 6:20. Until then, this is Brian Rushing signing off, hoping that you have a fantastic night. We'll see you tomorrow on the Honey Hunters Radio Network. Good night, everybody.
The following has been a broadcast of the Gastonia Honey Hunters Radio Network. Gastonia Honey Hunters Baseball is brought to you by GSM Premium Services,